Handel's Homemade Ice Cream is now open on River Road by Sprouts.
Come enjoy 48 flavors made fresh daily.
Cones, sundaes, shakes, and quarts to go.
Handel's Happiness served daily on River Road.
Just keep 5, 7, and 18.
Yeah, who's the main ones?
5, 7, and 18.
Who's 5?
The running back.
The running back and 7?
Quarterback.
Okay, and who's the
18
other
is
one?
their best receiver.
Okay.
Number 4, Brittany Phillips.
Yeah.
Escorted by Justin and Katie Phillips.
Yeah, I mean,
18?
Phillips is good too, Brittany Phillips. And then on defense, 9s, Skylar Ensign's boy.
Oh, okay.
97s, Stokes.
Number 35, Tyler Phillips.
But just if you had passing
Escorted by Andrew and Tiffany Phillips.
beggars can't be choosers. I'll take whatever you got, Bags.
Do what I can.
So November 7th, I think it's the quarters.
You're out.
I'm in Maui.
Okay.
Funeral.
Oh, for Grandma?
Next up, number 24, Andrew Shoup. Escorted by Daniel and Cheryl Shoup.
We need to you stand and check the booth cam, Tara.
What's that?
What do you?
I'm trying to get it to come
Okay.
on, yeah.
Yeah.
I counted last time, JV had 65.
How many seniors they got, David?
A lot.
Next up,
About
number
40.
54, Ryan Singleton.
You can't come with that kind of shirt on.
Escorted by Storm and Kelsey Singleton.
You're not getting nothing from me with that.
I knew you were up here. I knew
How you
Double D
doing, brother?
was up here. I knew Colbert was up here.
You can keep doing that for the next hour and you can
Okay,
stay.
let's see,
I got you,
let's
buddy.
get,
How you doing?
Next up,
Good,
number
you?
76,
Great.
Madden Smith. Escorted by Taylor.
You want me to back it up onto the?
yeah, if we can a little bit.
We were just talking about the first.
Zoom it out.
Well,
Tilt it up so it gets our
tilt
heads.
it up, yeah.
I counted 65 JV.
Number 40, Bryce Strickland.
It's going to be on the way.
Is that okay?
That's fine. Yeah, we'll come. We'll just come right up close
Strickland.
for the booth cam. I'll just cuddle with Coach.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold hands,
Yeah.
Rumors are going to fly with this
right?
one.
Handel's Homemade Ice Cream is now open on River Road by Sprouts.
Come enjoy 48 flavors made fresh daily.
Cones, sundaes, shakes, and quarts to go.
Handel's Happiness served daily on River Road.
Handel's Homemade Ice Cream is now open on River Road by Sprouts.
Come enjoy 48 flavors made fresh daily.
Cones, sundaes, shakes, and quarts to go.
Handel's Happiness served daily on River Road.
And Stokes on defense, Dedrick Moore trying to slow down this high-octane Pineview Panther offense.
Well, the neat thing for me tonight is to watch which defense can stop the other one's offense, because we know Pineview can put points on the board, but we also know Crimson can put points on the board. Which offensive coordinator can figure out the defense on the other side of the ball and exploit it? Because trust me, they're sitting up there looking at it and they're saying, okay, if we find a weakness, we're going to attack it.
Yeah.
And, it's going to be really interesting to me to watch from a defensive standpoint who can stop the other's high-powered offense.
Bad news for Pineview defensively, too, as they try to slow down Jackson Holt and T. Andresen and Van Daly. Himmelwright, their starting safety, out.
Nets on Fire is the place to
How soon he'll actually be back, but not even dressed tonight. So they're going to have to dig a little bit deeper into the secondary tonight for Pineview's defense.
Well, I think it's going to come down to a couple of things, Devin. You always talk about, from a defensive standpoint, I got to take away what they do best. Okay? What does Pineview do best? They're pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Richardson's great running back. We've seen some, and called some big games of his. They throw the ball well. You can't just worry about Brock. We all know. Just can't say, I'm going to take Brock and we're going to double him and we're going to make sure he doesn't hurt us, because then you turn the Yoakum brothers loose. So I think what's going to come down on both sides of the ball is the trenches. Who can run the ball and who can stop the run and make the other team one-dimensional. Then I think you're going to see who's going to win the game.
And obviously an extra week to prepare. You should be a little fresher, should be pretty physical tonight. Should be a fun one. We've got it for you. It's the Panthers and the Mustangs for a Region 9 championship for RPI seeding purposes. Again, the reveal show will be 10 a.m. tomorrow. This is the final week across the entire state. It doesn't matter what classification, 1A all the way up to 6A. And then at 11 o'clock, the brackets will come out on uhsaa.org. So if you want to watch right at 10, you got to watch the reveal show on KSLSports.com, or you got to wait till 11 o'clock, and then they get it out on Max Preps and everywhere else. So it's going to be fun. We should have
it's going to be interesting.
4 Region 9 teams probably in the top 8.
Yeah.
And if it goes chalkish tonight, obviously, if Dixie and Desert Hills were to win tonight, that could throw a wrench in that a little bit, and that could also propel them up to maybe a home game next Friday night on the 24th. Right now, it kind of looks like Dixie and Desert Hills might be traveling on the road up north.
It's really close, and it's really tight. And my hope for the RPI tomorrow is we just don't get 4 out of our 5 region teams on one side of the bracket.
Same quadrant.
Same quadrant, because it's happened before.
Yep.
And I hope that we're separated enough where we can play some other teams. Because I've told some of the other coaches in the programs that might not have a first-round bye, they're beatable, the teams that are above them. And don't be discouraged about it, because they may play teams that you and I have seen that were like, okay, they can handle those guys. So it's going to be really interesting to see the reveal tomorrow.
Yeah, the matchups matter. And look, I'm with you. I don't want to see Region 9 reruns in the first or the second round. I'll live with them in the quarters or the semis or the finals, of course. No, but the first 2 weeks, you just played that game. You don't want to have to turn around and play it again against somebody you know so well.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
And you've heard me all year long. We've been in the booth talking about this. I'm not a fan of it. I wish region play and placement had a lot more to do with it, because you could be a team that beats another team, but yet you're going to be a lower RPI and they're going to have a better seed even though you beat them in region play. And to me, that's just not right. Region play needs to be rewarded accordingly. So we'll see. Tomorrow's going to be really interesting.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, Coach's Keys to the Game, brought to you by our friends at Everbowl. Plus, we'll pick the Findlay Subaru Star Watch player to keep an eye on tonight, and much, much more, getting you ready for kickoff. Panthers, Mustangs, live on the Fan Sports Network. Don't touch that dial.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit HolbrookAsphalt.com to discover more.
Flynn Group plays to win. From commercial to residential projects, we deliver the total building envelope. Roofing, glazing, and architectural metals. Championship quality every time. Flynn Group, we've got you covered.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Back, everybody. Devin Dixon, Rick Barry, Boulevard Home, game of the week, and it's a good one. Crimson Cliffs on senior night hosting Pineview. Mustangs 4-0, Panthers 3-1. Coach, really interested to see what you think is the Everbowl keys to the game. Go over there and check out Everbowl, everybody. Their acai bowls, their packed with superfoods. It's where St. George gets their superfood fix over there in the Red Rock Commons next to Dick's Sporting Goods. Coach, let's start with the visiting Pineview Panthers.
I think Pineview's got to understand that they've got to be very well balanced. I don't think they can just rely on Richardson or Brock Harris or the Yoakum. I mean, they've got to be well balanced, be able to run the ball, be able to throw the ball, mix it up. And especially on first down, not just pound the ball and run it. They've got to mix it up and throw the ball, then run and just mix it up enough to keep them, Crimson, off balance a little bit.
Is there a number defensively you think Pineview needs to hold Crimson to win this game?
I think it's got to be in the low 20s. They can't get in a shootout. If they get in a shootout, they're in trouble. So I think defensively, Pineview's got to be able to hold them down a little bit. We know Pineview can put the points on the board. Okay, we know that they've got a high-powered offense. They can run the ball, they can throw it, but they can't give up a lot of points tonight, or they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, as good as Pineview's offense is, Pineview's offense scores 30, and you keep them below 30. That's probably a good score for the Panthers.
Yeah,
you could maybe sneak a road win out, and with the head-to-head tonight, I know both teams would be 4-1, which technically might be a co-region title, but you'd feel like you won it if you're Pineview tonight on the road with the head-to-head.
Oh, there's no question.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, Al, Crimson, Everbowl keys to the game for the Mustangs.
I think Crimson's got to hold Richardson down. If they can hold Richardson down and stop the run and make Shaw one-dimensional, I think they're talented enough on the back end, plus Wayne loves to bring pressure, and I think the pressure will get to Shaw. So, to me, if that front seven can stop the run, then it frees them up to start being creative. He likes to bring the linebackers. He likes to loop, and he'll bring safeties. He'll bring corners. And I think you'll start seeing a lot of pressure brought and put pressure. Shaw has a great arm. He loves to throw the ball, but he doesn't like to run the ball. And, if you can keep him, back in the pocket where he's got a little bit of a happy feet, knowing a lot of pressure coming, then you've done your job. So I think the key is stop the run for Crimson.
Yeah, going to be fun. And how much can they limit Brock Harris? Some teams are really throwing the kitchen sink at him, and he's still got 14 receiving touchdowns in 8 football games this year.
And to me, if I'm a defensive coordinator tonight, I'm looking at it and say, you know what, I'm really not worried about Brock until we get into the red zone. Okay? And that may sound a little bit funny and ironic, but that's where he does the damage, because he gets into the red zone in the back of that end zone. They throw a jump ball.
Nobody can stop
6'5"
that.
frame,
Yeah.
and you got a corner that's 5'10". Oh, that's a bad matchup. So I worry about him when you get in the red zone. Other than that, I'm not going to double team. I want to know where he's at all times, but I'm going to jam him. I'm going to hold him up a little bit. Then I'm going to release him, slow things down a little bit, and play solid defense on the back end.
It'll be interesting to see. You got a guy like Britton Phillips that doesn't play defense, but would you ever put him on the defensive side of the ball one-on-one? He's about 6'5". He's a basketball player, kind of like a Brock Harris.
You just don't want to get out of what you normally do, and that's the thing. You got one chance to come in here in a week to prepare it, even though you had the bye week. You don't want to change things in personnel that all of a sudden you're going to put all my eggs in one basket, that you're going to shut down Brock Harris. You're not going to shut him down, but let's slow him down. I'm a big believer wherever he is, that's where your linebacker on that side is just going to jam him. Don't let him have a free release. If you let him have free release, he's going to be, play all over the field. But if you slow it down, slow him down, your pressure now can get there, and then he's got to look for secondary and third, through his progression.
Yeah, Brock Harris, the senior, the BYU commit, 824 yards receiving,
14
and 14
TDs.
touchdowns.
This is what I'm talking about in the red zone. It's not all just long bombs. He gets into the red zone, and I'm telling you what, it's tough because he's a tough matchup for everybody. So that's where I really pay a lot of attention to Brock, is when we get down there.
Is he your Findlay Subaru Star Watch player tonight for the Fineview Panthers, or somebody else that you want to see?
To me, it's Richardson.
Okay.
If he has a big game,
he should be fresh. The bye week should help.
If he has a big game, Pineview's going to be there at the end. Okay. If he doesn't, Pineview's not there at the end.
Okay, Kyle Richardson. So, Coach, what you got tonight? How about for Crimson? Is there one guy you think's got to play well if they're going to go undefeated in region play?
I'm going to go back to the running back, too. If Van can run the ball. He's been very successful. He's hard to bring down. Usually it takes a couple. If he's successful, if that front seven of Pineview can't slow him down, okay, you're going to have a problem. So I look at the two running backs. I think the two quarterbacks, they're going to get their yards. They're going to do what they normally do. But if they can run the ball, that team's going to be successful tonight.
All right, your Findlay Subaru Star Watch. And here come the Mustangs taking the field. Woo! We got that giant inflatable and a whole pack of Mustangs wearing red, and they're cranking up the Red Kingdom here at Crimson Cliffs High School.
Well, it's a great environment. It's a packed house. Region 9 is so well supported in St. George. Everybody comes out every night for this on Friday nights. It just doesn't get better than this.
All right, we're going to come back. We're going to look at the House of Jump starting lineups, and then we're going to have the kickoff. It's the Mustangs and the Panthers coming up next on the Fan Sports Network.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the quarter field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to House of Jump, where gravity meets excitement. Jump, dunk, and dodge your way into a world of laughter and adrenaline. Whether you're a high-flying pro or just looking to defy gravity, House of Jump is where the thrill begins. Elevate your fun, slam dunk like a champion, and dodge obstacles with style. House of Jump is where every moment is a soaring adventure. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to our house, the House of Jump, or purchase Jump Time online at houseofjump.com.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need.
supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Hey, it's Luke with Uding Associates at American Family Insurance. At Uding Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Finley Subaru, House of Jump, Bucks Ace Hardware, and City of St. George Recreation.
Isn't that Amos right there?
Welcome back, everybody. And we are live at Crimson Cliffs. And boy, oh boy, I got excited in the anthem. One, it was a great rendition of our national anthem. And two, my boy Gino Suarez just hit a grand slam, and the Mariners are up 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning against the Blue Jays.
I was going to have to hold you out of your seat there.
Do you know how hard it was to be quiet in a national anthem seeing a grand slam on the telly? So exciting stuff here, but back to football tonight. And I'm Devin Dixon, he's Rick Barry, and this is what you live for. If you're a player and a coach and you're not up for a game like this, you shouldn't be playing or coaching football.
Last game in the region for all the marbles.
Yep. Doesn't get much better.
No, you can't script it.
Trying to get momentum going into the postseason.
Absolutely. So, exciting night. Both teams should be ready to play. I know both coaches are excited to see. And the nice thing is, Devin, for the most part, both teams are healthy.
And you look at some of our starting lineup, you're going to hear these guys' names a lot. Offensively for Crimson, Cage, Shaw, Van Daly. That's that two-headed monster, the running back. Then you got Tonawai Andresen, junior quarterback. Boy, he's impressed everybody around town with his play. You've been very impressed with his progressions and his reads for an underclassman.
I have. This is the first year that he's got varsity reps. And to see where he has gone from the very first game, which we called the Provo, to this point, I'm very impressed with him. He scrambles well, but he also keeps his eyes. He does a progression. And you don't see that a lot of times in a young quarterback that's just starting out. And you know what? People are starting to need it. I just heard today that he is now being rated as a QB. Max, some of the people have him as a 3-star. So he's getting on people's radars. So I expect big things from him for the rest of the year, but especially next year. We get this year under his belt to see where he progresses.
100%. Then you got guys like Britton Phillips and Nathan Ince and Major Stokes. Major Stokes, the one thing you need to know about Major, 48 tackles, 24, exactly half of them, Coach, TFLs.
When it's passing situation, he gets in the backfield. And if you're Pineview likes to release the running back out into the field. If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm looking at putting him on Major's side and telling him, if we're going to throw the ball, you're going to chip him and help that tackle a little bit before you release and get out in the field. Because if you just put him one-on-one, it's going to be trouble. And, it's obvious with 24 tackles for loss.
100%. Some House of Jump starters to watch for, of course, Levi Shaw, Maxon Corbin Yoakum, Brock Harris, Kyle Richardson, Colt Falanico, some of the big names that we'll talk about. Again, Himmelwright, their starting safety, out tonight. So they're going to have to probably go to Brown and maybe a compilation of other guys on the back end. It looks like the Panthers won the toss and deferred, so Crimson's offense, they're going to get the football first tonight. Do want to remind everybody a couple things from our great sponsors before we kick off. October 30th It's a Thursday night. How about the grand opening of the back nine, their second location over there off George Washington across from the River Road Summit Athletic Club. That's going to be a party. The Fan Sports Network's going to be there broadcasting live. Mark your calendars for that. Really excited about that event coming up.
After my game yesterday, I need to head over there.
Yeah, you could win a new Ghost bag, maybe a new tailor-made driver, part of the giveaways that'll be at the back nine grand opening. Panthers wearing the all whites with the black numbers. That's helpful for the broadcast booth tonight. All red jerseys with the white numbers. So pretty easy. I don't know if Coach will even have to break the binoculars out tonight or not.
Hey.
I got them right here, Coach, in case you need them.
I may need them.
We'll see. We'll see. I got confidence in you. I better zero them in and at least dial them in for
Get
you
them
first.
prepped for me?
Yeah.
All right.
Getting closer to kickoff again, our Boulevard Home game of the week. Let's put 12 minutes on that first quarter of clock. It's Friday night, Region 9 style, Crimson and Pineview. Region 9 title up for grabs tonight. Crimson trying to go undefeated, looking for a third straight state championship as well, and that one will sail into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tanawai Andresen, junior quarterback. You got some guys that are putting up some really big numbers, but for Tanawai, Coach, the thing I think is most impressive, 64% completion ratio. I like that number a lot. And then the touchdown to interception ratio.
I like that, 19-5.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good ratio. It just shows that, he lives to see another down. When it's not there, he does a progression. And for a young quarterback, those are great numbers.
And the moving van daily, 814 yards. He's averaging 6.7 and 101 a game. He's also got 9 rushing touchdowns. They'll start it. It's a fumble. The ball is loose, and I think Andresen got back on top of it. He'll lose a couple yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's interesting, too, Devin, to look at Pineview's defensive line. I was curious to see how they're going to come out. They're coming out in a 4-3, well, almost a 4-2-5 look at this point, so it's a little bit different what that we've seen from them in games past.
Gonna throw, Andresen, out route, caught outside, juke move back to the inside by Jackson Holt. He'll take it out to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about 10, and it'll be third and short.
Well, a really nice job of the Yaks after. Makes a really nice move and comes back in and gains an extra 2 or 3 yards.
Second down, they pick up 10, get some of that lost yardage back. Now it's third and short. Here's the snap. They'll throw a screen to Holt. Jackson's got the first down and more out across the 35-yard line. Pick up a 7.
And I really think you're going to see a lot of throws and a lot of runs to the outside. I think that's where Crimson's going to exploit Pineview's defense.
Going with some tempo here. Andresen, pistol, handoff. It's Shaw. Shaw across the 40. And finally taken down at the 43. Another nice gain, a pickup of nearly 8 on first down for Cade Shaw.
And one thing Coach Stokes does that a lot of other offensive coordinators don't do is he's not afraid to run the ball to the boundary.
And they'll do it again, but this time Andresen will pull back out. He's got a big lane across midfield. Andresen down to the inside the 40 of the Panthers, ripping off a nice run there. The junior quarterback showing you he's a dual threat.
And he is. It's a nice ball fake there, looking like they're going to run back to the boundary again. He pulls it, the flow. Obviously, linebackers didn't stay at home for Pineview, and he had a big hole to run for about 30 yards.
Here we go, 1st and 10 after another fabulous Freddy's first down, first carry for Tanawai Andresen tonight. And fresh set of downs. He'll put Shaw to the right. They put Holt in motion. They'll flip it to Holt. He dropped the football. It's loose. He picks it back up and then pays for it as he's landed on by a couple different Panthers. Coming in there making that tackle. Number 41, Dayton Christensen, among others.
A couple early mistakes that you really don't see from Crimson. Kind of a surprise that, 2 out of the 3 handoffs have been fumbles.
Second down for Crimson in Panther territory. Little over 2 minutes into this game. Opening drive, no score yet. Mustangs trying to get down into the Red Rock real estate red zone here. They pull Holt in motion, looking to throw. Andresen out route to Holt. Caught, turns upfield, and then hit and drop, and not before another big pickup and another Mustang first down.
And this is what I referred to earlier, Devin. They're working where? To the
boundaries?
Outside, to the boundaries, because I think you'll see the safeties are going to drop immediately, and that corner starts to give ground, and they're just going to cut off those outs, the curls, and the arrows are going to be open.
That what? 4 miles away here at Crimson High. Oh, nice job breaking a tackle and then making another man miss. And Kyle Richardson to the 20, down the hashes to the 10-5, and touchdown Panthers. Big play there. Obviously, that was a highlight from a past Pineview Panther game, but they're hoping more of those highlights will come here tonight. But in the meantime, another very productive play, and now the Mustangs are into the red zone for the very first time tonight. Right at the 20, they'll snap it. It's a quick screen to Holt again. Holt trying to get a block from a teammate. He'll take it right down the hashes near the 15-yard line. It's going to be third and short, Coach. Didn't get the first down, though, so third and a yard to go.
No, but working the outside again. They had numbers. There was only 2 defenders over there.
And now we got
an offsides on Pineview. A hard count. A good job by T of giving them a hard count. Pineview had 2 different people jump off sides.
And that'll be the first penalty flag of the night.
Costly penalty.
And an automatic there, first down on 3rd and 1. A chance maybe for a TFL or something to get decision time instead. Now fresh set of downs for the Mustangs. How about Gino Suarez for the Mariners tonight? 2 home runs, including a grand slam in the bottom of the 8th. They have taken a 3-2 lead over Toronto.
That just made your weekend.
Yeah, the last 2 nights have been rough. Holt caught, fighting. They're trying to rip the ball out as he's kind of stood up. He's finally pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line, and it'll be a nice pickup of at least 6.
Back running an out route to the boundary again. So again, Devin, we're seeing Coach Stokes' early philosophy on offense, and that is to what? Exploit the outside.
So they'll be on the near hash. Andresen out of the shotgun. Tonawai has the snap. Hands off to Shaw, weaving into the end zone, touchdown. Cade Shaw, pay dirt. A 4-yard touchdown run, and Crimson strikes first tonight on senior night.
Well, a really good job, Crimson, of establishing and being well-balanced the offense of that first possession. And so this is what I kind of was talking about before, Devin, too, is Pineview's got to be very careful not to get in a shootout, because I don't think it will end well for them. And so they need to get back and figure out, okay, we saw what Crimson's going to do to us. Their philosophy coming out is going to work on the outside. We need to make our adjustments.
So, quick extra point brought to you by Best Friends Animal Sanctuary, Kanab, Utah. It's up, it's good, 7-0 Mustangs. When we come back, we'll see Levi Shaw, Brock Harris, and the Panthers offense on the field, trailing by a touchdown.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Hard drive capped off by a Cade Shaw 4-yard touchdown run. Just like that, Crimson has the early 7-0 lead here in our Boulevard home. Game of the week, making your house more like home for over 50 years. And now the Mustangs ready to boot it off. And pretty good kick. Going to go into the end zone for the touchback. Tice McKendrick, the sophomore kicker, and Levi Shaw for the first time onto the field, trailing 7-0. Shaw's numbers this year, pretty impressive. 63% completion percentage. How about the total yardage? Over 2,000 passing yards already in just 8 games played. 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So a good ratio as well.
Yeah, and he's one of the top for yardage in the whole state, not just in 4A.
And they'll go handoff. Richardson tried to bounce it outside. Now he's going to try to tuck and get north and south, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Did not get back to the original line of scrimmage, I don't believe, on that far side.
No, unless you see a wide open outside. Crimson's very tough to run on because of their outside backers run the ball, flow to the ball very well, and backside backers stay home. They're very well coached. And so you got to put your foot in the ground and take what you can if there's no daylight.
Watch out for number 97, Major Stokes. Ince in the middle. And wrap up, broke a tackle momentarily and taken down. The other guy to watch out for is Dedrick Moore, who's having a heck of a season for Coach Wayne Olofopo and this Crimson defense. Another loss on the play, Coach. 2 plays, both on the ground, and Panthers have lost about 4 yards.
Well, not a good sign of seeing Richardson hobbling off the field, Devin. That will be a devastating loss for Pineview if he can't come back.
I knew 2 weeks ago he was kind of nicked up a little bit. I thought the bye week would maybe help him a lot.
Well, I think that pile, right at the mesh point, they hit him and he fell awkwardly into the pile, and that doesn't look good. He's over on the sideline trying to run that off a little bit.
Shaw going to throw, 3rd down, over the middle, has his man open. He's just got to get forward past the 30 for a 1st down, and he does. That's going to be a pickup of 15 yards and a fabulous Freddy's 1st down.
Okay, really nice job by Shaw there, staying very patient in the pocket. One of the things you'll notice is when Crimson blitzes, if they blitz from a backer from the inside, that will open up that deep dig. And that was exactly the route when they caught that backer coming and he got into the middle of the field.
Good pass there over the middle by Shaw, and that'll move the chains. Now trips to the far sideline. Shaw looking the single receiver side. That's Falanico. Nobody open. Looking for Harris, and Harris was inside, but Shaw was rolling to the boundary and just threw it away.
Well, nice job by Crimson of knowing that a lot of the routes that you're going to see Brock run is from one side to the other. They'll do some crossing routes, and if your outside backer opposite of Brock will stay home, he'll run right into him. Brock's got to be able to see that and settle into that zone and not continue to run in and get into that backer.
Twins to the far sideline, ball in the near hash. They're going to run a little flood route to Yoakum. Caught by Corbin Yoakum, and he is hit by a whole Stang gang and driven down. They'll mark it down at the 31-yard line for no gain. Maybe they gave him a half a yard there, Coach.
Yeah, they gave him just a little bit, but a good job of pursuing. You probably had 4 or 5 Crimson defenders running to the ball. And, Wayne does a nice job on the defense there of the kids really play hard, and they go to the ball every play.
Shotgun for Shaw. Senior QB. Twins to either side. Little movement, but no flags. Over the middle and incomplete. Trying to find Colt Falanico at the sticks, and it was just a little bit low, and maybe a little miscommunication there on the route, or what, Coach?
Well, Shaw didn't need to be quick with that. They picked up the stunt. They brought an outside backer and looped him inside the DN. The DN took on the outside, and Pineview actually picked it up really well. They had time, just a little bit too quick to get rid of it.
Holt back to return this punt. The Panthers couldn't do much, and now there's some movement, and it looks like maybe Panthers had a false start, Coach.
Well, I think Crimson saw and had to call a timeout. Pineview flexed one of their inside guys out to be a receiver on the punt formation. Crimson didn't even see it, and the coaches are screaming and wisely called a timeout before that punter could just take the ball and throw it out to the outside.
So timeout taken, and we'll step aside. Quick timeout brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. 7-0 Mustangs when we come back on The Fan.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Welcome back, everybody. Devin Dixon, the coach Rick Barry. 5:57 left in the opening quarter. 7-0 Mustangs. And the Panthers going to have to punt the football back to Crimson Cliffs. They come after it, nearly blocked, but he gets away a line drive, driving Holt back to the 24-yard line. Holt to the 35-yard line, to the outside, and steps out of bounds around the 40. And good field position here for drive number 2 and the Mustangs.
Well, good pressure, but it also, even though it was low, it was a good punt to get away. A nice return, almost had a block in the back, but he pulled up, did a nice job there. So, again, good field position for Crimson to start this drive.
They'll start this drive with 5:45 on the Nets on Fire second quarter clock. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court. 1st and 10 for Andresen. He'll flip it. Little end around. And pretty good job there taking down Jackson Hole after a gain of 5.
So, staple play from Coach Monkers, where Coach Stokes obviously spent a lot of years and took over the program, and that's always been a very successful play throughout a region.
They did have it hit the turf on their first drive, but they went back to it. Now Van Daly, the moving Van Daly, takes it across midfield down to the 48-yard line. Another fabulous Freddy's.
First down.
And he's a load, Coach.
He is, and like I said, if he can continue to run the ball and they run the ball the way they are, it's going to be hard for Pineview's defense to not sell out on the run, and that opens up for T over the top.
One-on-one, they're taking a shot. Britton Phillips behind the defense, nearly made a one-handed catch, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is what I talked about, you know, if going back up over the top, and he actually could have made that catch, I think, if he wouldn't have tried just to keep it with one hand. He's got to get out there and get the other one, but it was a perfect ball right where it needed to be from T.
You'd like to see him turn and high point that, or just put two hands out and dive if you had to?
Get two hands out there. As soon as the first one in, get that second one out there.
They'll go back on the ground, and a couple yard pickup. And Melosi Moore's coming in to make the stop.
It's a much better job there by Pineview of the backer staying at home. You know, a lot of times, especially when you're on that boundary, you get, you know, a false read and watch a pull that goes to the wide side of the field, and you follow that. With Crimson, you've got to stay home on that backside.
Melosi Moore's comes in 11 tackles a game. He's got 88 tackles to lead the Panthers. He's got more than double the tackles than anybody else on the Panthers team coming into the game tonight. T. Andresen is going to scramble, have a lot of turf in front of him, get all the way down to the 35-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. And that's going to be a pickup of 15.
This is what I talk about with T, in the maturity that you see. He had plenty of time in the pocket. He went through his progression. Nobody was there. Saw what was on the outside, took off, and he showed you his speed where he picks up a first down.
No penalty flags on the play, so Crimson marching, already leading 7-0 over Pineview. They'll run it to Cade Shaw. Shaw dropped a gain of just 1. Got to give it to that dive once in a while to keep that defense honest, though, on that RPO.
You got to keep them honest. Now, with them playing a 4-2-5, you've got 6 guys in the box. You're going to find that they're going to have a lot of success on the outside, but they do need to stay with that occasionally and bring that inside with the tackles and keep them honest.
2nd down and 9 after a short pickup. Trips to the near sideline for the Mustangs offense. They'll go to the boundary, flip it out of the backfield to Shaw. And down the sideline and down inside the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. And that's a dealer collision. Big hit by the running back. Just putting his shoulder down. And he took that to the defender. That's a great job by Cade Shaw again.
Yeah, the corner's not going to be too excited about seeing him come around that
Van
edge
Daly,
again.
excuse me. That's Van Daly, not Cade Shaw. Daly's a little bit bigger than Shaw. They both are quicker than you would think, though. Two electric running backs. And now, shotgun, fake it to Van Daly, flip it to Jackson Holt. Holt has a little crease down near the 5-yard line. And that'll be another Fabulous Freddy's first down. And Crimson knocking on the red zone, fresh set of downs.
Well, and that's the third time we've seen that exact formation in play where they're going trips to one side and slipping back in. It's almost like a little bubble screen. But they've got the numbers on that. Pineview's got to adjust to that and quit bringing two guys on the single receiver side and push their safety and corner and backer out to the wide side.
They'll run it. And not going to get pay dirt here. He's going to be tackled down around the 3. That was Van Daly again. Daly will check out. Shaw will check back in. Shaw got the first touchdown of the night. And now he'll come back in here with second and goal. Andresen, long look over at Andy Stokes, offensive coordinator. It's interesting, Andy Stokes, OC for Crimson, on the field. Todd Shaw, Pineview, he likes to call it from up top.
Yeah, everybody's got their own preference. Some like to be where they can talk to the players personally, and others like the view from up top.
Shaw, they fake the run, they throw it, touchdown, Major Stokes, wide open, snuck him in at tight end, and they score it.
Snuck him in at tight end, really good play action there, as you'll see. Then that's what's nice about when you can run the ball, Devin. The backers are going to bite on that play action just like that, and Stokes slips right into the end zone untouched.
13-0 Mustangs, PAT pending. Extra point brought to you by our friends in Kanab, Utah at the Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. Get on up there, just a quick drive up there. Nice fall day. Have a $5 lunch. You can stay at the Roadhouse. You can tour the whole sanctuary. Thank you to our friends. Or you can see all the pets up for adoption on their website, bestfriends.org. It's up, it's good. It's 14-0 on the Wilkinson scoreboard when we come back.
Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Everybody, 14-0 Mustangs. Both drives that they've touched the football marched right down the field and score. And the first one, Cade Shaw ran it in from 4 yards out. This time they throw it to Major Stokes. And you're thinking, yeah, that's the defensive end. But they have used Major Stokes a little bit in the goal line stuff just like that. And by the way, that is not his first touchdown of the season. He had one other touchdown earlier in the year. That is touchdown number 2 for Major Stokes. Panthers kickoff returnable, and they'll get it out across the 25-yard line. And the Panthers, you kind of feel like, okay, possession number 2, you got a first down, but then stalled out. They really need to put some points on the board.
I think this is a really key possession for Pineview, Devin. I think if it's a 3 and out, it's going to be trouble because you're going to give them field position again. I think Pineview has to have a nice sustained drive here.
And this is the strength of their team, you could argue, the offense. And just haven't got it to Brock Harris yet. Can they get him involved in the offense right away? No, they'll run it to Richardson. Good to see him back out there. Kyle, though, fumbles the football. And the Mustangs say they have it. No signal from the officials yet. And now the signal is Mustang football. Yes, Mustangs have it. Recovered by Austin Benson. Benson came out of there with that football.
Well, obviously it's great to see Richardson back on the field, but ball security, and it just makes me wonder if he's still a little bit dinged up and says, Coach, I want to go. Sometimes you favor, whether it's a knee or a leg a little bit, lose a little bit of a concentration. So unfortunate turnover right there. The ball on about the 25-yard line.
No, Panther fans, they wanted to see a nice, long, sustained drive and get some points on the board. Instead, you give it right back to a red-hot Crimson offense, down 14-0. Andreessen will slide down at the 21-yard line, and a nice pickup of 6, maybe 7.
Boy, if there was ever a time that Pineview's defense needed to step up, it's right now.
And sometimes turnovers can create turnovers. Trips to the far sideline, one-on-one with Phillips. They're going to take a shot. Phillips up in the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Phillips. Looked like they were wrestling for it, and Phillips wins and scores it.
Well, if you look at the replay here, Devin, he catches the ball, breaks the play, and goes down. He's got possession as he starts to put the ball up when the ball gets knocked out. So the defender would like to have said it was incomplete, but he did have the ball. And T put the ball right where he needed to.
Yep. Great pass by Andreessen. And just like that, points off of the fumble, and it is 20-0, Coach. And Panthers fans, the coaching staff, the players got to be a little shell-shocked at this start.
I'm sure they are.
Best Friends extra point is up, and it is through the left side of the uprights and good. We'll catch our breath. 1:12 left in the first quarter. All Mustangs 21-0 lead on Pineview.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Kabuto's, St. George's #1 sushi and ramen bar. Student specials available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure and give them a follow on social media at Kabuto Utah for weekly giveaways and local events.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Here at Crimson Cliffs on the Fan Sports Network, streaming on our YouTube page as well as KSLSports.com. Other game tonight, Desert Hills and Hurricane and Dixie and Snow Canyon. Good kickoff return. Panthers go right up the middle. Wasn't touched till he got past the 30-yard line, then hit and dropped at the 34.
A really nice return by Buchanan there. It's going to give him decent field position, and again, we've got to see this offense get a sustained drive here to keep these guys without it getting too ugly in this first quarter.
Panthers, I do like those white jerseys. Got that Panthers in black down the left pant leg, the all black helmets tonight. Got to try to get some rhythm on offense. They blitz Ince off the edge. Shaw senses it, dumps it outside, and they got a productive couple yards, and then a flag flies in late. And maybe an unsportsmanlike late hit going to be coming here. They sent Ince off that blitz. Good recognition early by Shaw.
I think just that last little push after he's out of bounds. But
I don't know.
The officials are huddling there. I think it's, you may see him wave this off.
Well, call it on Strickland, one of the seniors. I'll tell you, Bryce Strickland's family was out in full force. They're always wearing coordinated shirts. They were tailgating behind the grandstands early today. They love their football, and he's got a huge fan base. But that one was a ticky-tack one, you could argue, Coach.
Yeah, a little close there. He didn't take him down. He just gave him an extra little push there. He probably could have waved that one off.
Panthers will take the break, though. Across midfield for the first time in the game. Shaw looking to throw. Underneath has a man, and it is caught. It's a pickup of 6 out to the 40 of Crimson. Nice catch by Yoakum. That is Corbin Yoakum. No, Max Yoakum, number 2, excuse me. Max is the junior. His brother Corbin is the senior. Corbin wears number 1, Max wears number 2. You'll hear the name Yoakum quite a bit during Pineview football games here on the Fan Sports Network. Second down and 4. Got to find a way to get some points, down 21-0 right now. Panthers trying to settle into a little rhythm and give their defense a little bit of a breather. And they got to him in the backfield, and Shaw is dropped by Major Stokes. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play.
Well, a little bit of a stunt. They brought 5, had a twist up front, kind of a late blitz from the outside boundary backer, allowed them to get through, and, Pineview didn't pick it up. And this is what Crimson does really well, Devin, is they'll bring different blitzes with different backers and a lot of twists with the front line there. Sometimes they'll only bring 4, sometimes they'll bring 5, and even times at 6, but most of the time you're going to see a twist with a backer going outside and somebody else coming on the inside.
Got some score updates brought to you by Flynn Companies. Desert Hills just got picked off. Hurricane went down the field, made it 7-0. Dylan Gabriel found C.J. Trump. And then a fumble recovery by Matua in the end zone gave Hurricane a 14-0 lead. There's still 10:48 left in the second quarter over at Desert Hills. Meanwhile, Dixie just had a wide open pass in the end zone on 4th and 1 and couldn't make the catch. Snow Canyon still has a 14-0 lead. So both those other games 14-0. Here it's 21-0, which is a big surprise to you and I, Coach.
I think if people are just tuning in and looking at it and say, wait a minute, at the end of the first quarter it's 21-0, I think they would be surprised.
12 minutes on the second quarter clock. Here we go. A lot of movement on the defensive line. That is something Coach Wayne Alofa always likes to do. He's those guys shuffling the deck and then setting and finding gaps. Shaw kind of backs out of it. Now he's ready to take the snap. Shaw has some time. Fires an interception to Strickland. Strickland down the sideline of the 40, 35, and then driven out of bounds. Oh no, another turnover by the Panthers, this time an interception.
Okay, this is what happens though when you are locked in to Brock Harrison only. Okay, exactly what I talked about earlier. If the backside backer will stay home opposite of Brock, he's going to come that way if they're running a crossing route. And that's exactly what he did. He stood home. Shaw was looking at Brock the whole time, stepped in front and made a great play.
And that is something they have to do. They have to get Brock Harris the ball, but you can't do it at the expense of an interception. A mistake there. Handoff to Van Daly. Breaks a tackle. Daly down inside the 25 near the 20-yard line. A big rip, about a 15, 16-yard gain. Let's see where they spot him. Looks like about the 21.
Well, again, here's a run to the boundary. They do such a good job of running to the boundary, and I think it takes a lot of the defenses by surprise.
Pistol trips to the far sideline. They'll hand off to the short side, the single receiver side. Daly is running people over down to the 11-yard line. Van Daly is delivering blows to the defense.
Yeah, and looks like one of the corners that took the brunt of that is down, Devin.
Yeah, it's number 6, I believe, for Pineview, which is Paul Caver. And we've got an injury timeout as they attend to Paul. Hope he's okay. We'll take the break. Be right back. 21-0 Mustangs on the Fan Sports Network and the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Flynn Group plays to win. From commercial to residential projects, we deliver the total building envelope. roofing, glazing, and architectural metals. Championship quality every time. Flynn Group, we've got you covered.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Back here at Crimson Cliff, still attending to Paul Caver. They're bringing the golf cart out towards the field. Looks like a lower leg injury, Coach, and you can see both teams taking a knee, and this looks somewhat serious. Let's go back and see if we can take a look here. I didn't really catch it live. He comes up, makes the tackle, the knee
gets
right
underneath
knee
him. Yeah.
kind of got trapped.
Yeah, as Van ran right over the top of him, his leg gets pinned up underneath him. That does not look good. KJ, head coach of Pineview's over there with some of the other coaches and trainers, but it doesn't look good for him.
Yeah, they're going to get some more medical attendance, and it gives us a chance to get another message in from our great local partners. We sure appreciate all the businessmen and women that contribute to getting us on the air every single Friday night. We got double headers every single Friday night. We got the playoffs coming, and he is putting a little weight on that right knee, but very gingerly. They are going to put him on the back seat of the golf court and take him off the field.
Yeah,
so we'll keep it right here.
Hope the very best for him, Devin. Hopefully it's just a sprain and not anything as serious as it looks.
That's a senior cornerback. They're already without Himmelwright, who got nicked up in practice. Colby Himmelwright. Don't know how long he's going to be out. Austin Brown was getting reps for him, and now you got to go a little deeper into the secondary.
Yeah, I talked to KJ a little bit about that, and he thought with them getting a first-round bye, their safety should have a good opportunity of getting back in time for the playoffs.
Brown is going to come to the corner. Isn't that Austin Brown, number 31?
Looks like it, yeah.
And now they've put at safety is Travion Hall, so they've shuffled some things up there. So down a couple guys in the secondary. Crimson is in the Red Rock Real Estate red zone, and now we've got a flag or a timeout.
Pineview. Yeah. Crimson had two receivers wide out there. Pineview didn't recognize it, didn't have anybody covered. The coaching staff saw that and then called a really quick timeout.
Yeah, probably smart.
That's a good timeout.
Had to. You got
good timeout.
A couple backups in the game right now. You're trying to get organized after a lengthy delay. So another Luke Udy timeout. Luke Udy, Udy & Associates, your local American Family Insurance agent, ready to save you money. How much? Well, you got to call down there or stop on by. He's right behind the Wingers on River Road, right next to the cookie shop. That would be a tough place for me to have a business because I want to go next door and get some sugar cookies all the time. But Luke will save you a bunch of money. So you can buy some sugar cookies, save on your auto, your home,
Speaking
or
of
life
cookies,
insurance. What'd you bring? You got some cookies?
I made a stop at Dutchman's today.
Woo, the
pumpkin chocolate
spice?
chip.
Ooh.
Oh, my gosh.
It is the season, right?
It is the season, and Dutchman's does it very well.
I'm going to stop in and or chomp into one of those at halftime.
Go say hi to Brett.
That's right. Brady working today?
Brady worked today, but he's off. So he works Wednesdays and Fridays there.
Yeah. Fan favorite at Dutchman's.
And he brings treats home every day. I love it.
Second down for the Mustangs. Looking to throw a screen pass. It's kind of blown up a little bit. Andreson's going to improv. He's going to run. He's going to fight down inside the 5-yard line and turn a little lime into lemonade.
Yeah, it's a great job. It was supposed to be a backside screen. The running back got held up a little bit at the line. He pulled the ball, and it shows his speed. Devin, he can run. And he gets to that corner, and he put his head down, and he's not shy to take on any of the defenders.
A minute into the second quarter, already 21-0 Mustangs leading. They're knocking on the door again. A little shovel pass inside to one of the bigs, and it's a touchdown. A little trickeration from Coach Andy Stokes. And was that Ibsen, the big lineman that scored the touchdown?
It was. They're getting a lot of the seniors and some big plays and some
Number
trick plays in there.
76, Madden Smith. It's Dougie. It was Dougie that scored the touchdown. I knew it was one of the big offensive linemen, probably reported as eligible, and they ran an old shovel pass, kind of like you see Andy Reid do to Travis Kelce sometimes.
Exactly. And you know what? What a fun opportunity for him on senior night. He's going to remember this the rest of his life.
Well, and Dougie's been ring stacking. He's got a couple football rings. He's got a couple baseball rings. If they won a third straight in football and in baseball in the spring, where he was a star pitcher, he could have 6 state championship rings.
You know what's fun about that is there's an old saying, the older I get, the better I was. He's going to relive this play forever.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to tell his kids, his grandkids, and everybody about the touchdown that he scored his senior night.
How about that? A little trick play. We'll have to find out what the name of that trick play is. Maybe the post-game show. 28-0. Crimson just laying it on Pineview right now. And we'll keep it right here. You know Coach Andy Stokes has a bag of trick plays, but he doesn't break them out too often, but you know that they work on those here at Crimson Cliffs High School.
Well, and he's doing it on a fun night. You probably wouldn't have seen that play if it's a 7-7 game at this point. He maybe holds on to that a little bit, but where the game is right now, you know, it's great and it's fun for the kids.
It worked well.
Yeah. Well, did you see the sideline? That was a lot of fun for all of them.
You work and you work and you work and you hope Coach will use it, and they do. And when Coach uses it and you execute it and you score.
The big guys never get the credit that they deserve. And so to have something like that, like I said, he's going to remember that play.
Well, you know, Coach Wayne Olofupo, throughout baseball season, kept reminding me, he's like, Devin, you know he's a great lineman for us too. He's not just a baseball player. and Dougie is. Dougie, man, what a great pitching performance. I go back to that Monday of the state championship week when he just absolutely mowed down Desert Hills in that early state tournament Monday, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the week. They go on to beat Snow Canyon and win another state championship title for Coach Justin Abbott. Now he's out here scoring touchdowns on senior night in the football game.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that.
Been a good stretch run for Mr. Smith. Kickoff returned out across the 25. They'll mark him down at the 27-yard line. And, you know, a punt and then a fumble and then an interception. And Pineview's only been in Mustang territory once, and they've already got 2 turnovers. And just like we kind of said at 14-0 and at 21-0, you really need to find a way to go down the field and give your defense a break and score some points. They flip it out of the backfield. It's caught, turning it up in field. That is Garrett William, the junior running back. And Benson Hoffmines is going to tackle him over there on the boundary, but a good run there for William. He'll pick up almost 8.
You know, Devin, I'd love to see him get Brock, when they go out in that 3-by-1, not to drag back across the field. Get him out in space where they can get some mismatch and get him the ball in space away from coming back into the linebackers.
They're going to throw a swing pass to Harris. Harris is going to grab it, going to make a man miss. Now he's going to just put his shoulder down, and he's going to get the first down. He only needed a long 2, short 3, and he got it. That's the Fabulous Freddy's first down for the Panthers offensively. And the first catch of the night comes with 10 minutes left in the second quarter for Brock Harris.
And they got him a little bit short, Devin.
What?
Looks like it's third down.
I thought it was clearly a first down.
Third, and they're saying about a half a yard.
I mean, I would at least want a measurement if I'm Coach Boyer. I thought he appeared to get it live. Now are they going to bring the chains out? Or are they going to say it's a first down, or are they just going to leave it alone? Looks like they're going to bring the chains out. So we'll have a measurement timeout. Gives us a chance. Some of our other great sponsors. Appreciate our friends at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Later on, Coach gets the honors tonight. We'll have Coach pick the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the game, brought to you by the boys over at AWP.
Can I give it to you right now?
Sure, if you think one of the first plays was going to hold up. What's the leading candidate right now?
Oh, you got to give it to the big guy.
I know.
Got to give it to the big guy.
Madden Dougie Smith.
Hey, whenever an offensive lineman can score a touchdown, you just got to give it to him.
Yeah, no, that's got to be the leading candidate. I don't want to make it official yet. We're still in the first half. Still 10 minutes to go in the second quarter nearly. And they are measuring. Are we going to... And they're going to be short, I believe. So it will be 3rd and inches. I didn't think he got a very good spot there, but that's beside the point.
No, not the best. And, I'm looking out there, and I don't see Richardson in the backfield. So I just hope he's healthy.
They've been fighting a shoulder injury, and they'll run it with Yoakum, and Yoakum's going to power his way. Dealer Collision, big hit from Corbin Yoakum. Appreciate Dealer Collision Center. Seen the running backs take the hits to the defense tonight on both sides.
Yoakum made him pay for it.
Now they want to go with some tempo here. Panthers, go quick. Yoakum, direct snap. Wildcat, keep it. Run it up the middle. Chopped his feet out from under him. Pretty nice tackle by, who's that, number 11, Lincoln Langston.
But it's another 8-yard pickup. So, even though when he lines up as a quarterback, it's the Wildcat, but it's still hard to stop. Well, looks like we have an injured player.
Strickland is down, yeah. Bryce Strickland, number 40 for the Mustangs, slow to get up there. And we've got another injury timeout.
Have you tried the St. George Stretch Lab? It'll help boost your athletic performance, help you feel less restricted in your movements, knock out those nagging aches and pains, and melt away your stress. Right now at the St. George Stretch Lab, get an intro stretch for just $39. That's $30 off. Mention keyword radio.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
As a local business owner, it's important to get business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kalua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Handel's Homemade Ice Cream is now open on River Road by Sprouts.
Come enjoy 48 flavors made fresh daily.
Cones, sundaes, shakes, and quarts to go.
Handel's Happiness served daily on River Road.
Today's game is brought to you by Honolulu Grill, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Everbowl, and Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Devin Dixon, Coach Rick Barry here in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. Panthers second down after the Strickland timeout. They hand off to Gwilliam, and Garrett Gwilliam is going to push down to the 45 of Crimson before they finally blow the whistle and stop that play. He never did actually get fully tackled, but momentum had been stopped. And that'll move the chains for Fabulous Freddy's first down. And you can see Pineview's sped things up a lot, Coach, since their opening couple drives.
They got to try something different, and if they can go up tempo and try to get Crimson before they get set and get their call in from the sideline, they've just got to speed up and try something a little bit different with up tempo.
Mustangs show blitz. Langston does come. Dancing around Shaw, has to get rid of it, just throws it away. Intended for Yoakum, but living to fight another down. Utah State game is kicked off tonight. Early in the second quarter, Aggies leading San Jose State 7-3. Of course, before the night's over, I want to get Coach's pick on the Holy War tomorrow.
Big game tomorrow. Looks like we've got a flag out here, Devin. That far side official.
Miami is in a little trouble, too. Number 2 team in the country.
Number 2 ranks down 11 points early.
Yeah, 4-1 Louisville is beating them right now. Still some time left in that game, but upset alert is definitely on in college football tonight on a Friday night. All right, they called hands to the face on number 97. And they've called an unsportsmanlike. And that is his first towards disqualification.
So that's a 30-yard penalty, Devin.
So Major Stokes didn't like the call, must have said something when Travis Roberts, the referee, was announcing to the fans. And during the announcement, he literally flagged him again for unsportsmanlike.
And Travis does a nice job. I can't imagine him throwing one if he didn't hear something that was very inappropriate.
So now they'll get a fresh set of downs at the 20. So for the first time tonight, Pineview's offense is into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. They got their vacation rentals, they got their property management, and of course all the real estate from land to build on to luxury homes ready for you to move in. Check it out, redrockrealestate.com. Looking to throw, Shaw taking a shot over the middle. It's incomplete off Yoakum's hands. It's intercepted. It's intercepted. It's Ince with the interception, and Ince will take it down the sideline and finally driven out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, and another takeaway by this Crimson defense.
Yeah, and you'll see it bounces off the receiver's hands here, Devin, and Ince is playing back in coverage, goes off his hands right there. He reads the ball, comes up, picks it up. And you know what? There's nobody more excited than his dad right in front of us is up and down and screaming.
And Skyler was a great player.
Had the opportunity to coach Skyler.
Yeah, he was part of that.
Dixie State.
He was a former Panther, played at Dixie State. And I always enjoyed covering Skyler in my early broadcasting days. And now it's fun to see his son playing. Of course, Skyler's brothers, good too. Jesse they all wore 9 too. Yeah. Jesse was a great running back.
Good athletes.
Yep.
Yeah, really good athletes.
If I start naming brothers, I'm going to leave somebody out and somebody's getting mad at me. But Nate's one of those kids that, has just been waiting his turn. He's playing behind McKay Wright last year. And you've seen, leads the team in tackles. He's a beast, and this is really his first year getting a lot of varsity time just because he was behind McKay Wright. Andreessen is going to be sacked in the backfield. Fafita got him. Isaiah Fafita, senior D lineman, who is a beast. He is a nice football player, first year at Pineview High School.
It's interesting with Isaiah. He's got a really quick first step when he wants that quick first step. And he's a load when he really puts a big effort out there, and he can get after it. He's one that you got to make sure you account for.
Pass complete down the sideline. Here comes Cade Shaw, fumbles the football. Pineview recovers it. Panthers get a takeaway. Shaw was running free down the sideline, took a little hit as he was trying to cut back to stay in bounds and keep going. The ball popped out, and Fafita recovers it, and Panthers catch a break. So the turnover on the tip pass, they give it right back. So
it's exactly what Pineview needed because that was a big gain. Very fortunate.
Is there a flag down?
I think they were wanting to see if the runner was down or not. Let's see if we can take a look at that on the replay. If his knee's down before the ball comes out.
Nope. Well, it's close. That right knee is sliding down. Looked like boom, boom. I don't know if we can slow that down at all, but I think it was starting to come out before the knee went down.
They called it a fumble. There's
nothing there.
They're not going to be able to overturn that.
There is a block in the back.
Number 54, offense. That penalty's declined.
Okay, so they'll decline that penalty, and Pineview will take over. So they'll get it right at the spot there at the 46-yard line of Crimson. And this is where Shaw's got to just kind of have short-term memory loss because he really didn't. That last pick was not on him.
No. The one prior, yes. That one, no.
No. It was off his receiver's hands. 1st and 10 Panthers. 6:47 left in the first half here on the Nets on Fire clock. It's 28-0 Mustangs leading. And the Panthers really could use a quick strike. They'll go over the middle to Gwilliam. Gwilliam out of the backfield catches it right at the sticks. It's a 10-yard gain and a Fabulous Freddy's first down. Fabulous Freddy's, you now have a choice, Coach, when you get your car washed to choose brushes
over there today
or touchless.
Had a nice VIP wash and vacuum out and wipe down.
Diedrich more on that last stop. You saw him make the tackle on the replay.
And that's where you have to expose Crimson, is in the middle, but you got to sit down in that zone and not continue to go across.
1st and 10 Panthers. Man in motion. That's Yoakum. Rolling to the left now, has some time, flips it out, has his man, Brock Harris all alone, down inside the 20, driven out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Second catch of the night for Brock Harris.
Well, and Brock lines up on the right side. Deep dig as he comes across the field. They lose track of him. The linebacker gets too shallow on there, and you've got to, again, if you're a linebacker, I know he's opposite of me. I got to stay home and I got to get depth and find, because he's going to come back across to the side that I'm at.
And they only rushed 3 that time, so Shaw had all day to find Brock Harris. That play was able to develop a little bit longer than some of the previous plays, passing plays specifically. They'll throw again. They'll bring 4 this time. Rolling out. Shaw,
wide open.
He's going to run. Shaw inside the 10, hit and dropped. Big hit by Benson, stopped him in his tracks. Shaw not known for his running prowess there, but got a little something.
Yoakum's wide open here in the flat. If he just dumps it here, he goes in standing up.
Yeah, I maybe thought he was going to, had him as a blocker too there. Regardless.
Big pickup.
Big pickup. Almost a 9-yard gain. It's second down. They can get a first down at the 6. Ball will be spotted at the 7 here. And they're going to lose yardage here as finally Yoakum in the Wildcat is stuffed, and depends on where they mark him, but he's going to lose at least 3 yards, Coach.
Yeah, when you go Wildcat, there's no surprise. You know it's a run. You're just telling them ahead of time, we're going to run the ball. We think we can move it. And Crimson brought everybody to the line, and
so third
like
down.
2-3 yard loss, Devin.
Clearly 4-down territory for Pineview.
Yeah.
Field goals do nothing for you. Down 28-0. Late here in the second quarter. Approaching just 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Crowd starting to make some noise for their defense. They'll quick pitch it. Yoakum putting his head down, fighting down near the 5. I don't think he got the 5. It's going to be short of the line to gain. It's going to be 4th down. They did get a chunk of that yardage lost back, though.
Well, decision time here, and I don't think there is a decision. I think KJ's they've got to go for it.
4th and 1.
And they're bringing their big package in. Looks like Isaiah's coming in. They're bringing 2 of their defenders in here, and they're going to go with their big package.
I would be very tempted to RPO and slip Brock Harris into a route and throw it up high. Harris lined up on the right tight end position. They're going to run Wildcat with Yoakum. He's going to start wide, spin cycle move, and I think that's going to get him the first down. Got it down inside the 5, and that's enough for a huge Fabulous Freddy's first down for the Pineview offense.
Originally, he was going to be hit behind the line, made a really nice put, and then spun back in and was able to fall forward for that first down.
Nice shot there of our Holbrook Asphalt replay. Remember, Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is already in effect. If a team scores over 25 points, fans, you win. After the game, head to the St. George Yogurtland. It's buy one, get one free. Holbrook's paying for that second one all night long till they close. Yoakum again, Wildcat, and not going to score the touchdown. He is going to be stopped at the 1. So a gain of 2. Then it'll be second down and goal. This goal line stand, I mean, the pride of this Crimson defense, they are making this very difficult on the Panthers offense to punch this in.
And you know, Devin, it's been really fun to watch Brock Harris and Major Stokes going one-on-one here at the goal line.
2 stars. And they'll punch it in. Touchdown, Pineview. And they just kind of stuck with Yoakum. He goes up high, and Corbin Yoakum gets the Panthers on the board on a 1-yard touchdown plunge.
Yeah, really nice push up front with the offensive line of Pineview. And like I said, they stuck with it, put it over, and it's exactly what they needed. They needed that turnover to stop Crimson's momentum, get back in this game before half.
Extra point, again, brought to you by Best Friends, Animal Sanctuary, Kanab, Utah. Take home your new best friend. Holidays are coming. Check out everything, bestfriends.org. And the extra point is up, and it is good. We'll take the break, 28-7. Crimson leading Pineview after the Panthers get their first score of the game when we come back here on the Fan Sports Network.
Homemade ice cream is now open on River Road by Sprouts.
Come enjoy 48 flavors made fresh daily.
Cones, sundaes, shakes, and quarts to go.
Handles, happiness served daily on River Road.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Sure.
Today's game is brought to you by Dealer Collision,
You want a chair,
Coral
Tara?
Canyon Golf Course,
You want a chair?
UD and Associates, Fabulous Freddy's, Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
Back live here at Crimson Cliffs. This is our Boulevard home game of the week. This is also the finale of region play in the regular season. It goes by oh so fast. And if Crimson can hang on, which they're leading 28-7, they will be undefeated 5-0 and win another region title and head into the postseason looking for the three-peat. If Pineview can come back, they would have that head-to-head. They'd both be 4-1, and they would take a lot of momentum into the postseason knowing they beat the two-time state champs on their senior night on their home field.
No, absolutely. One thing we haven't talked about, Devin, obviously we don't know why Major Stokes got that personal foul, unsportsmanlike, but he needs to be very careful because if you get 2 in high school sports, you sit out the next game, and they can't afford to lose him. So I'm sure all the coaching staff's going to have that conversation with Major of, hey, you know what, don't even give them any idea of why they could throw another flag on you. We've seen that happen several times of kids getting that second one, not realizing that, hey, if I get 2 unsportsmanlike, I got to sit out a game.
Dixie Flyers are on the board. They blocked a field goal, 28-6. They must have scored. T. Andresen going to run it all the way out across the 44 near the 45. That's enough for another Fabulous Freddy's first down. So Snow Canyon leading Dixie at the half, 21-6. 21-0 at the half. Hurricane is beating Desert Hills right now. 21-0 the other score. Both those Region 9 score updates brought to you by Flynn Companies. Check out what Flynn Companies can do for you. FlynnCompanies.com. 2:10 to go. Crimson little 2-minute drill. Andresen, quick shot out of the backfield. Has his man, it's Jackson Holt. And Holt's been Mr. Reliable. He's the one receiver back that was a starter from last year. Pretty much had to replace everybody else. You do have a couple of linemen back, but all the other skill guys.
Cover wasn't empty.
No.
You know, they just keep reloading and they have size, they have speed. They keep bringing them in.
Andresen will hand it off. And they'll run it and then fighting for yardage down about the 43. And did he get out of bounds or not? No, they did not get out of bounds. The clock will continue to tick. 1:40 and ticking left here in the first half.
And Crimson has all 3 timeouts, so they can use it whenever they need to. So they can throw the ball into the middle of the field.
Andresen trying to set up a screen high. Good catch by Shaw. Cade Shaw has some room, wiggling down the numbers. He's going to take it down to the 25-yard line. A big play on a screen pass.
Perfect, absolutely perfect timing call by Coach Stokes. Pineview brought pressure. They brought a blitz. They put it through the screen pass onto the boundary side for a big pickup.
Mustangs still haven't used the timeout. Andresen taking a shot into the end zone behind the defense, and it is incomplete. In and out of the intended receiver's hands. And boy, that looked like a good ball from Andresen. Number 80, Ryder Wilkinson, who's been hurt all season long, finally got healthy. You can see his speed as he had 2 steps on the defense, but he couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, they've been waiting for Ryder to get back. He's the one guy that can stretch the field more so than anybody else. Perfect ball right in his hands. Unfortunately, didn't come down with it.
They'll give it to Van Daly, a little spin move off the first would-be tackler, get some yak yards down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Pick up of 6, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs. Taking some time, down to 48 seconds left in the first half. They go empty. Andresen fires it to Daly out of the backfield. Caught on the boundary, takes it down inside the 5. That's another first down, and it'll be 1st and goal Mustangs from about the 6, Coach.
Well, this is where you're going to see the touch that T has. If he throws a beeline there, that gets batted down, but nice touch up over the defender, right to the receiver. I can't say enough about T and his development this year.
Clock stopped. He went out of bounds. 38 seconds. They'll run a counter to Daly. Daly up the middle. Daly plunging down near the goal line. Touchdown, Van Daly. The moving van gets it in from 6 yards out. Touchdown, Mustangs. And they put up 34 points, PA tending in the first half here on senior night on Pineview so far.
Yeah, and that's a big answer. You know, Pineview scores that, gets back a little bit of momentum. Crimson takes that and goes all the way back down the field. Puts it in the end zone just before half. That's a backbreaker.
Extra point brought to you by Best Friends Animal Sanctuary, Kanab, Utah. And the kick is up, and it is good. We'll take the quick break, come back for the final 32 seconds of the first half. Mustangs leading 35-7 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. 32 seconds to go here in the first half. It's been all Mustangs. Forced 3 Panther turnovers, 5 touchdowns, and that one will be into the end zone for the touchback. And the thing that's been impressive about Crimson offensively tonight, Coach, Shaw has a touchdown, Daly has a touchdown, Major Stokes a receiving touchdown. Phillips getting a lot of good catches, using Jackson Holt. They're spreading the ball around.
It's very balanced. T's had some big runs. Van's had some big runs. They've thrown the ball well. Very balanced offense in this first half.
Panthers have 32 seconds to work with. And the Mustang defense has held Brock Harris to just 3 catches so far tonight. And only one really long one on that drag on that last drive before the interception. They'll go screen, and it'll be a pickup of 8.
Screen pass complete to number 7.
And Pineview not going to use the timeouts here, so they're going to just try to run a play quickly. They still have 2 timeouts, but they haven't burned it yet. They'll throw it quickly again. They blow this play dead. And looks like we got a false start.
Illegal motion.
And this will be a 5-yard penalty on Pineview. They'll call it on Yoakum. Max Yoakum there with the little early movement. No close games right now. The closest game is a 15-point lead for Snow Canyon over Dixie. Hurricane leads 21-0. And here at the half, it's 35-7. And we have reached 2 quarters of play. Coach, your thoughts on that first half? Mustangs looking good at home so far.
It's kind of what I referred to a little bit earlier, Devin, is I think Crimson's offense being so well balanced has been the key. You know, Pineview has not been able to stop one or the other. And again, you've got to come back and be evaluating and saying, okay, I've got to take something away. I've got to take either the run away or I've got to take the pass away. And they haven't been able to do either one of them. And if Crimson's permitted to do that the whole second half, this is going to get away from them very quickly, even more so than it is right now. So they need to get back in, make some adjustments. It's okay, what do we need to do now to slow this offense down? And then Pineview's offense has got to help them on a defensive standpoint. The defense has been on the field the whole time. They've got to have some sustained drives, be able to move the ball and help the defense out a little bit.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. Start your day with hot breakfast. Stop in for a loaf or 2 of their fresh-made bread, or enjoy a satisfying lunch in the Boulevard Commons at Great Harvest Bread Company. They even do catering, too. We'll get you some Scooter Coffee stats. We'll get you all caught up on the other scores from around the state in the final regular season night for football in the state of Utah. At the half, on the Wilkinson scoreboard, Crimson leads 35-7 over Pineview.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to House of Jump, where gravity meets excitement. Jump, dunk, and dodge your way into a world of laughter and adrenaline. Whether you're a high-flying pro or just looking to defy gravity, House of Jump is where the thrill begins. Elevate your fun, slam dunk like a champion, and dodge obstacles with style. House of Jump is where every moment is a soaring adventure. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to our house, the House of Jump, or purchase Jump Time online at houseofjump.com.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show here. Crimson Cliffs leading 35-7 on the Fan Sports Network. Devin Dixon, Coach Rick Berry, Tara Atkin, our producer. Andy Atkin is our camera operator. Nate Nelson back in studio in the Findlay Studios handling the radio production. We are live for you on a Football Friday to wrap up the regular season. And right now at the half, Coach, you look around the region. Here, 35-7, Crimson in full control. Pineview will get the ball first to start the second half, though. Hurricane up 21-0 on Desert Hills, and it's 21-6. Snow Canyon leading Dixie. All these games are currently at the half.
Well, and everybody who's up is everybody who's been favored for the night. So yep. I don't think there's a lot of surprises on there. I thought some of the games might be a little bit closer, but, you know, there's second halves and a lot of things can happen. Pineview has to take this opening kickoff, Devin, in my opinion, and do something with it, sustain drive, score, to get any momentum if they want to get back in this ball game.
Appreciate Scooters Coffee. Start your day at Scooters. Amazing drinks served by amazing people. Amazingly fast in State Street in Hurricane, not far from Hurricane High School. Next time you're heading to Zion or out to Copper Rock or Sky Mountain, make sure and stop by and see our friends at Scooters Coffee in Hurricane. Let's look at some stats here, Coach. 19 first downs for Crimson, 9 first downs for Pineview in that first half.
Yeah, and that tells you the score right there. That really does.
Only 28 yards on the ground for Pineview, 114 for Crimson. Crimson, spreading the ball around, another 160 passing and only 78 yards passing for the Pineview Panthers in that first half.
It goes back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier of Crimson being so balanced on offense. When you're throwing for 160 and running for 120, 280, yards offense, and it's almost split down the middle. So very balanced, and if they continue to do that, they're going to be hard to stop.
Taking a look at some of the individual Scooters Coffee stats. Yoakum, 8 carries, 18 yards in the touchdown. Also, you look at Brock Harris, 2 catches, 23 yards, just the 2 catches in that first half.
I would really like to see Pineview use Brock in some different ways than what they have. They need to get him the ball. I mean, I think this year more so than ever, he has gotten so much better with yak yardage after the catch that get him the ball, whether it's turning, we fire it to him, but not always drag him across the middle of the field. Get some matchups with a corner and get the ball up in the air with that 6'5" frame. And, if you can put him in a 2-by-2 run off that safety or the linebacker with that inside receiver, put him outside, then it gives him an opportunity to have some one-on-one coverage where they can't bracket and they can't get over the top of there. Then you can start utilizing, his size and speed and strength. So I'd really like to see them use him a little bit different.
Coach Barry, breaking it all down for you here inside our Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. T. Andresen, though, terrific first half. 16-20, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. One to Britton Phillips on a beautiful fade route. The other on a shovel pass to Dougie Madden Smith. Got the lineman his first career touchdown. How about that, Coach?
A lot of fun play there. And like I said, he'll remember that. But what I really like about those stats, Devin, is the composure that T has of getting back in the pocket. You don't see happy feet for a young, quarterback like that. Usually is a little bit of that happy feet. You don't see that with him. He progresses and he pulls the ball. Look how many runs we saw him run, and he has great speed. And he pulled it because nobody was there and he didn't force it. He understands at this level with that offense and the defense they have, he doesn't need to force anything. He needs to play within the game and let the game come to him. And that's what he's done from the very beginning. And totally impressed with him this first year of playing varsity football.
So 180 passing, but you're right. Another 7 carries, 52 yards rushing for Tanawai Andresen. Also, Van Daly and Cade Shaw had rushing touchdowns. Daly has 48 yards on the ground, and Shaw has another 6 carries for almost 20 more yards. So they're really balanced on the opposite side of the ball. Jackson Holt had 8 catches for 69 yards, so he was the go-to guy, even though he didn't score. They used him the ball in a lot of different areas. They throw a number of wide receiver screens to Jackson Holt.
Well, and being a defensive-minded coach, I can tell you how hard it is to stop an offense that's well-balanced. I love breaking down film going in where you're saying, okay, you know what, this team, dominant running team, or this is a dominant throwing team. Well, now I can game plan around that and say, okay, this is what they do. I don't have to worry about the other. But when they're balanced, then you've got to take a look at it and say, I've got to take one or the other away. And it's much more difficult to game plan for a team that is balanced like Crimson.
All right, those are your Scooters Coffee statistics. We'll take a break. When we come back, Coach and I will check on the other games, maybe see if we can get you some highlights from the other games. We'll get you some college football scores, a couple big league baseball playoff scores, and then we'll get Coach's second half adjustments. Here at the half, presented by Great Harvest Bread Company, Mustangs at home leading Pineview 35-7 here on the Fan Sports Network.
Scooters Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooters Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Kabuto's, St. George's #1 sushi and ramen bar. Student specials available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure and give them a p.m. Make sure and give them a follow on social media at Kabuto Utah for weekly giveaways and local events.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Flynn Group plays to win. From commercial to residential projects, we deliver the total building envelope. Roofing, glazing, and architectural metals. Championship quality every time. Flynn Group. We've got you covered.
Back here at Crimson, and got you some highlights from across town. The other game we're streaming tonight, it's already into the second half. Snow Canyon making some plays. Beathers with the long touchdown. And at the half, 21-6.
Handel's Homemade Ice Cream is now open on River Road by Sprouts.
Come enjoy 48 flavors made
it's one of those things where Dixie
Cones,
struggled
Sundays,
this
shakes,
year,
and
Coach.
ports
They just
to go.
haven't been able to
Handel's
notch a
happiness
region
served
win.
daily on River
Obviously,
Road.
we'll have to see if they can mount a comeback, but it doesn't look good because just got a report that Snow Canyon out of the third quarter went down the field and scored again. So now 28-6, the score over there, Dixie and Snow Canyon.
You know, it's interesting, Devin, with Dixie, and I talked to a couple of other coaches over there, and, you know, before region play, Dixie actually played really well. They had a couple of really nice wins. They were very competitive. They got into region play, and for some reason, region play just has not worked out for them. But the nice thing is, I think as you look at the RPI teams, Devin, that's ahead of a lot of our region. So the first round team, let's say Desert Hills and Dixie have to go on the road and play. They're going to play teams that are beatable. So I think Region 9 should, you know, the teams that aren't getting the bye shouldn't be too worried about it as far as, oh, we're going to have a powerhouse, because I think the teams are very beatable. You and I saw Timpanogos play Pineview, and Pineview handled them, you know, very easily, to be honest. And they're one of the higher, you know, first round matchups that maybe one of our teams are going to see. So I think Desert Hills, I think Dixie, I think those schools are going to have an opportunity in the RPI to play a team that they compete with. And sometimes, you know what, Devin, these kids get in their head, you know, the Region 9 matchups. You know, it's kids I went to school with, kids that I played Little League football with or against, and different things. And sometimes, you know, they get in their own way. They get out of region. They don't know anything about the teams. They don't know anything about the players. They just go out and play. And I think that's evident in how Dixie's been this year, of playing really competitive and playing well. Because you look at, you know, a couple of the teams they beat have gone on and had really good years. So I'm sure their coaching staff over there saying, you know what, let's get out of region play and let's get prepared for whoever we show tomorrow.
It should be fun. Again, the KSL bracket reveal will be 10 a.m. on KSLSports.com, hosted by DJ. David James will be hosting the 4A football reveal. And then 11 o'clock, the brackets will be out on Max Preps and the UHSA website.
From past experience, I will tell the listeners this. If they say it's at 10 o'clock, it's right at 10. And there's so many people trying to get on, there's sometimes you can't get on for a few minutes after 10 because it's been overload of so many people trying to get on to see the matchups.
By the way, we are very excited. The Fan Sports Network, in collaboration with KSL Sports, we are going to be broadcasting for your viewing and listening enjoyment Monday night, 7:30, the Snow Canyon Desert Hills Girls 4A Soccer Semifinal. That was supposed to be up in Harriman. They have moved that game down to Greater Zion Stadium. You know, two local teams, if they both get together and say, we want to play it down here, we don't want to travel, and they can find a venue like Utah Tech, then the UHSA will usually grant that request most of the time, and that's what they've done. And so KSL has asked us to go over there and broadcast that game. So we will be streaming that game on KSLSports.com on Monday night, kickoff 7:30. You got Park City and Ridgeline on the other side of that 4A semifinal, and we'll see what happens.
You know what's neat about that is you remember a few years ago we had two Region 9, 10, whatever at that time you want to call it, teams playing for a state championship in football. Typically it's at the University of Utah. They decided two local teams were going to play it down in St. George. And what was it?
Standing room only.
Standing room only. They turned people away. The stands were full. First sellout ever.
Probably one of our biggest viewership games we've ever broadcast.
They turned people away, and then people were all around the track. The stands were full. And what a treat for the kids that played in that game to come out and look out into the stands and see there is standing room only, and this is the first sellout ever.
Yeah, because
that was a great atmosphere.
You go
for
to
those
Rice
kids.
Eccles Stadium, and you could have 10, 15,000 fans, but it doesn't seem like it's even
like
any
a drop in the bucket.
And you get to Greater Zion Stadium where you have 10,000, and there's not an empty seat, and it just feels that much bigger.
Yeah, that was just a. And I'm always one that says, you know what, I think it's a reward. Get them up there, let them play in the big stadium and different things. But I will admit, that was a great atmosphere and a great opportunity for the kids to play in that one and to play out in front of a sold-out audience.
Of course, Crimson knows a thing or two about Rice Eccles Stadium, that 21-point deficit, the largest comeback state championship win ever. Clearly the best comeback state championship game I've ever broadcast last year against Spanish Fork. I mean, I think people were speechless. I mean, K-Jazz was already handing out Player of the Game awards to Spanish Fork players in the fourth quarter, and here comes Crimson. They just found a way, and man, you look at the scoreboard here as we're about to start the second half, up 35-7. Looks like they're well on their way to going undefeated and will be taking a lot of momentum. And they're probably going to be the number 2 seed behind Ridgeline when the brackets come out tomorrow if this score holds up.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. But again, like you said, you know, you go back to what Crimson went through last year, and you put Pineview in now in that situation and say, okay, what is it going to take for them to get back in? Well, it's going to take for a great defensive effort, and they're going to have to get some turnovers. Can it be done? Absolutely. You never say never. And this is where, as a coach, you want to see the fight that you have left in the kids. Because if you just roll over, now going into the playoffs, I'm worried about that. I want to see my kids have a fight and say, let's come out in a worst-case scenario right now, let's play an even second half.
Yeah. Yeah, and the hard thing is, though, Caver went out with what we're hearing is a growing injury, which is better than the knee or the ankle that really kind of got turned back when he was making a tackle on Van Daly. They also have Himmelwright out tonight. He didn't dress tonight, so they're down a couple guys
and we
in the
didn't
secondary.
see Richardson come out.
And Richardson got nicked up.
Yeah. After that second
You got to believe his shoulder on that one that he fumbled maybe took a shot.
He looked like he got up hobbling with his knee, though, to me, you know, when he was really favoring that leg as he went off, and then he was trying to run it out over on the sideline. So we'll see. Hopefully we see him the second half.
All right, Mustangs will kick it off. We are underway. Thank you to Great Harvest Bread Company, our halftime sponsor, get on over there for delicious breakfast, a loaf or two of delicious freshly made bread, or a delicious satisfying lunch. They do catering too at Great Harvest Bread Company. It's into the end zone for the touchback, and here comes Levi Shaw. They did go to yoke him in that Wildcat when they scored that touchdown, and it did give Crimson's defense some different looks, and were able to at least get points on the board in that first half.
Yeah, they even did it early in the red zone too, a little bit, and he got some really nice yardage. So we may see that as they come, because you look out there now, and Richardson is not in the backfield.
It's William to start the game, and maybe that means Richardson's night is done. We'll have to wait and see. Shaw going to throw, nobody open, going to step up, scramble up the middle, and he is going to pick up 5 yards out to the 25-yard line. We've seen Levi Shaw run a couple of times tonight. That is not what he likes to do. He likes to dance around in the pocket.
I want to point out here we have Brock lined up, kind of what I talked about before, put him on the edge, get him out into the flat there. He was open if he could have seen and got it to him in a hurry, and that big frame could have picked up another 5 or 6 yards. So he's got to get that ball out quick to Brock and not let the defenders double team him.
Did throw 2 interceptions in the first half. One was not his fault. It was dropped off the receiver's hands into the hands of Nate Ince. And William out of the flat, and that's going to be
about a yard short.
A couple, yeah. And he'll be 3rd and 1 here for the Panthers. Ball will be right at the 29. They need the 30-yard line on the opening drive of the second half. Pineview trailing Crimson by 28 points as the regular season in the state of Utah comes to a close, and we find out the playoff brackets tomorrow morning. The big reveal show at 10 a.m. on KSLSports.com. Run up the middle for a first down. Just needed a yard. Got 4. Garrett William looks like he's going to be the workhorse in the second half from the running back position.
Yeah, it appears so. And you know what? He's had an opportunity to play in several games this year. It's not a surprise when Richardson was dinged up a little bit. So he's very familiar with that role.
Again, it's our Boulevard home game of the week. Fresh set of downs for the Panthers. They'll try a screen outside, and it is blown up. And I don't even think, Coach, they got back to the original line of scrimmage.
No, it was a great job by that corner over on that side, reading that quick little screen. Looks like probably a 2-yard loss.
Langston, I've been very impressed with Langston. Number 11 for the Mustangs. He's just popped to me the last couple games I've broadcast Crimson games. Very active, always seems to be around the football. You know, you got Benson back in the secondary, Hoffines, got Langston. You got some really good guys in the secondary. They're making names for themselves here for Crimson. Now they want to show blitz. They're stacking the box up. One thing Crimson will have to do is make sure Major Stokes doesn't get another unsportsmanlike. He got one in that first half. They're going to flush Shaw out of the pocket, and he is going to be tackled down after a short gain of just a couple. Maybe give him a 3-yard gain. Looked like he was thinking about pitching that last minute, too.
Yeah, he did, and it's probably a very good decision because you see they came off the edge with the blitz here, and he had a defender where he couldn't see right at his heels there. So wise decision of holding on to that ball.
He kind of went down awkwardly at the end of that tackle as well, but he's fine. Hop back up, and now he's going to go into the shotgun. He's got twin receivers to either side. William in the backfield. It's 3rd down and 7 here for the Panthers. Down by 28, opening drive of the second half. Looking to throw. Shaw flips it out. It's caught, and he's going to get it out to the 45-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down. That's an 8-yard pickup. Dedrick Moore was putting pressure on Levi Shaw.
That's a good job by Levi there, Devin. If you look at the replay here, he's got pressure. He knows he's going to get hit. Stays in the pocket there and gets it out there. So good job by Levi staying in there knowing you're going to take a shot.
Approaching 3 minutes into the third quarter. Again, we'll keep you updated with our Flynn Company scoreboard. We'll keep tracking that Hurricane Desert Hills game as well as the Dixie Snow Canyon game. The closest game was a 15-point Snow Canyon lead. Throw, and it's an interception. Shaw was hit as he throws, and it was picked off, and that is Dedrick Moore with the Oski, and that is the 4th takeaway for this Mustang defense here tonight.
Well, you look in there, and the outside linebacker just keeps giving depth, and that's what you teach your kids. And again, they're dragging Brock over onto that side, and if the backers continue to drop and get deep drops like that, Levi's got to go to a secondary receiver and not throw it into traffic. It's just one of those things you just couldn't afford to do. Have turned that ball over again early in this quarter.
And pressure was coming from Major Stokes on the play. Now the Mustangs offense on the field for the first time in the second half. They'll run it to Van Daly. He'll get a 2-yard gain down to the Pineview 40. Halftime, Utah State is leading San Jose State, Coach. Mariners got a grand slam in the 8th to take a 3-2 lead. Gino Suarez. By the way, the Utah State score is 10-9. And Bryson Barnes is playing. And we have an upset in college football tonight, too, we'll tell you about. But a wide-open throw over the middle to the corner, and Jackson Holt is going to take it into the end zone for the touchdown. It is a 42-yard pitch and catch, the third touchdown pass of the night for Tanawai Andresen, and he put a dime on the hands of his receiver.
Well, I think there's a flag back in the backfield where it's probably a holding call. Unfortunately for Crimson, this looks like it's going to come back because T did put it right on the money. I mean, he didn't have to break stride, but the way those guys in the red uniform are walking back, it looks like it's on Crimson.
Andy Stokes is out near the 50-yard line on the field. And unfortunately, Coach, you saw the flag. I didn't. They call holding on.
Saying I didn't even need the binoculars.
They called holding on, what was that, Big Caden Wilson, the culprit there. I was about to say before the big play, Louisville upsets number 2 ranked Miami tonight.
Love parity in college football.
24-21. First loss of the season for the Canes. That was an ACC game in Miami, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it, Coach?
It was.
Road win for Louisville?
Yeah, big win.
8 minutes left in the third quarter. They'll back him up after the penalty, taking points off the board to midfield. Andresen going back up top. Instead, he checks it down underneath the hold again. Holt spin cycle, makes a man miss, still juking his way all the way down to the 30. It's a pickup of 20 yards. It's a human pinball machine named Jackson Holt.
2nd and 18, no problem. You know, he makes one spin move there, makes another spin move there, then lowers his shoulder and picks up a couple more yards. Great throw by T and a great reception and yak yards after.
Holt came in far and away the leading receiver. Now, they didn't have Britton Phillips all season healthy, but it wasn't really close. Holt, there's a run to Shaw. Shaw with a little burst off left tackle down inside the 25.
Yeah, shoestring tackle there. He's standing up in the end zone.
Colt.
So, you look at it, you talk about the receiving core, Devin. It's probably not a bad thing that the younger guys, inexperienced guys, got all that playing time early on, because now at the end of the season, they've got 4 receivers that are very experienced.
Horn, the intended receiver, and he's a senior and just incomplete. You know, by receptions coming into tonight, 48 for Holt. He had 8 more receptions in the first half. He's already got a couple more here in the third quarter. He's at least 10 receptions on the night, so he's already all the way up to 58 receptions on the season. Next closest was Phillips with 21, and then Shaw of the backfield with 11. Nobody else had more than double-digit receptions other than those 3 guys on this Mustang offense.
Well, we saw a quick replay of the last play there. Probably the first ball that T has not put right on the money. Quick little slant going in. He led him just a little bit, as you can see here. The defender made a good job driving on the ball. But probably the first errant throw of the night for T.
It doesn't really matter because he was called back on an illegal man downfield anyway.
Those big guys.
So, 2nd down and 8. Andresen will put Shaw sidecar to his right, looking to throw, clean pocket, post route down the middle of the field, touchdown Phillips. Britton Phillips on another beautiful ball by the QB1, Tanawai Andresen.
I'm telling you what, T, as you watch that is on a rope, perfect in stride. You know what? I'm so impressed with him as the years gone through, that the decisions he makes, the quickness he gets rid of the ball, and it's on the money. I mean, he has really developed into a special quarterback.
22nd passing touchdown of the season. He's only thrown 5 interceptions, completing over 64% of his passes coming into tonight. He's going to improve that number. He was 16 out of 20 in the first half alone, and he has picked up right where he left off. The Best Friends Animal Sanctuary extra point is up and good. Take home your new best friend. Check out the website, bestfriends.org, or take the drive 90 minutes up to the sanctuary for a great fall day and take home your new best friend. We'll take a quick 30-second break, see if Pineview can get some offense going when we come back.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Kickoff into the end zone for the touchback. 42-7, halfway through quarter number 3, all Mustangs. And we are live in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. Devin Dixon and the coach Rick Barry. And this was for the region title. Both teams came in with aspirations, taking momentum to the playoffs. But on senior night tonight, Crimson has just come out in really all 3 phases. I mean, they forced 4 turnovers. They've been balanced passing and running. Andresen is playing really well. They're giving Shaw and Daly plenty of totes, using Holt in a variety of ways. Phillips has big playability, his second touchdown of the night moments ago. And then the defense is really making things hard. Pineview, Brock Harris going to get the first catch here in the second half. That gives him 3 on the night. He had 2 for 23 yards at halftime, so they've done a good job on the star tight end.
But see, even with that, Devin, I would like to, I'd like to see that time after time after time. I mean, he just picked up a few yards. You get him the ball, let him make some plays, and get it to him quickly. Don't let him get 3 or 4 yards down before you even start looking for him. Turn and get him the ball. Let him get his hands on it.
Brock running a crossing route from the slot. Instead, they go to Richardson. Richardson is back in, takes a pretty big hit by Tyler Gibb. And he's pretty fired up about it. And they lost a yard on the play. So 3rd down and 8 now for the Panther offense. How about that play by Gibb?
It's a good play by, DB reading the play here. Coming up and closing on it. And good form tackle, making sure he gets him it. Again, these guys are very well coached. Crimson does a really nice job. Not only just the front 7, but the backside of coaching these kids up. They play hard every single week, and that's why they've been a successful program the last few years.
Tyler Gibb, a senior. And now we got a timeout. Pineview's going to take a timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. See how much Luke can save you on your home, auto, or life insurance. We'll take the break with them. Panthers facing 3rd and 8 when we return after this 30-second timeout on the Fan Sports Network.
Flynn Group plays to win. From commercial to residential projects, we deliver the total building envelope. Roofing, glazing, and architectural metals. Championship quality every time. Flynn Group, we've got you covered.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
So out of the timeout, we welcome you back here to Crimson Cliffs High School. 42-7 our score. 3rd and 8. Shaw taking a shot. Home run ball up high. Brock Harris. And it's batted away in triple coverage. Knocked down by the Mustangs. I think that was Austin Benson that actually got the pass breakup.
Well, even at 6'5", when you throw into triple coverage, it's kind of hard for your receiver to come back down. They had him bracketed underneath and over the top.
And it looks like...
Was that Doman that came out?
Was that Doman? Doman at quarterback on that pass. That was not Shaw. That was Doman. Wanted to point that out. Jackson Holt drops back to return this kick. Now, Doman comes, yes, that's the family, the BYU Doman family. You played with his grandpa back in the day, right, Coach? Not to date your age or anything.
Why don't you just tell people, well, I just turned what? How old? Okay, thanks, Devin.
Facts are the facts. You got to embrace it.
So, yes, I did play with him.
65. The golden years.
The golden years.
The golden years. A lot of knowledge in the 65 years of existence.
I'll tell you a fact, and I maybe shared this with you before in the listeners. So Kevin Doman, who is his grandpa, they were all the Domans were basketball family, and Kevin will tell you this story. It wasn't until his junior year, he's a year younger than I am, didn't play football. Saw him in the gym, and I nicknamed him Scoop, and that's a different story. And I said, Scoop, you got to come out and play. We just lost one of our receivers. Come play football. Came out. Season had already started. He came out and played. Absolutely loved it. And that started the whole rest of the family to play football. Of course, his brother goes on to play at BYU, play with the Niners. And so I'm taking a lot of the credit for the Doman success in football.
This is Brandon Doman's son. He is just a young underclassman, Coy Doman. He's just a ninth grader. He is a freshman, Coach.
Yeah, they have high hopes for him.
I've heard it from Pineview coaches that think by the time it's all said and done, he could be the best Panther quarterback of all time, which there's been some good ones.
Yeah, that's
there's
a
been
lot
some
of
good
high
ones.
praise early. I don't know if it's fair to put that kind of a pressure on a young man this early, but
I
he
just think
have
there's
a
excitement.
lot of
I don't think they're
upside.
trying to put pressure. I think it's just more of excitement about what his talent level and ability.
Yeah, it still puts a little bit of pressure on him, but
Van Daly out there. Andreessen, I thought maybe his night might be done here soon, up 42-7. He's still out there handing the ball off.
We both did. And you know what? I got to give a shout out to Coach Stokes. He has done a phenomenal job with T. You know, T came in, didn't get here till the summer. He fit right in with Coach Stokes' offense. Coach Stokes has done a great job mentoring him, and it's just been a great marriage between the two.
Hand off to Van Daly. Van Daly down the sideline on a big burst, all the way down inside the 20, near the about 16-yard line, depending on where they mark him, out of bounds. It's just Shaw, then Daly, then Shaw. You know, this is what Crimson wants to do with the lead, is they can let that big offensive line go to work. And Pineview's defense has been on the field an awful lot tonight, Coach.
Yeah, they have. You know what? It's got to be balanced. And a lot of people look at the score and say, oh, my gosh, your defense gave up all this. Well, guess what? There's 3 phases in football. And if your offense is not moving the ball and they're turning it over, your defense is out there and they're going to give up points. And it's not fair to just lump that on the defense only. Offense has to carry their part. Special teams has to carry their part.
Andreessen, little play action, going to throw it underneath to Phillips. Phillips is going to take it down inside the 10. They're getting some nice rapport. I mean, this is another week, even after a bye, where Phillips has gotten in the end zone multiple times. Britton missed the first preseason 3 or 4 games of the year, wasn't quite healthy. Of course, he's part of that basketball team that has aspirations this year. Coach Murdoch and the Mustangs.
Well, and Devin, we're at the point in this game, too, that they're going to keep that clock running, even on incomplete passes. And
RPO keep it with Andreessen. Design quarterback run down near the goal line. Did he get in? The official says no. Marks him out of bounds at the 1. So nearly another touchdown for Tanawai Andreessen. Tanawai came over from...
he wanted that touchdown, too, because he knows his time's going to be very short here. They're going to pull him before long.
And that's the end of the third quarter. We will step aside. All Mustangs. The Big Score dessert brought to you by Holbrook. Asphalt is already in effect. If you're listening on radio, go stop by the Yogurtland in St. George and tell them, hey, Crimson scored over 42 points. I'm here for my Big Score dessert. You buy one, you get the second one for free. Holbrook Asphalt is paying for it. They're jumping around a Crimson. Big lead on senior night when we come back on the Fan Sports Network.
Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey, welcome back. I said it wrong. Coy Doman's dad is not Brandon. I was thinking Brandon because he's probably the most notable Cougar, but it's his cousin Rex is who Coy's dad is, from what I understand. Shout out to our listeners, keeping me straight on family ties.
Yeah, Brandon is Kevin's brother, and this is the son of one of his kids.
Right. Correct.
Hence,
originally from
Grandpa.
Oregon, I believe.
Yeah, they were up north for a while as well, and from what I understand, he's been very athletic. A little kid from day one. He's been basically groomed for this.
Stuffed it on that run play. They'll try it again. Pushing into the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs. Tack another one on the board. And that was number 35. Get another senior a touchdown on senior night. Tyler Phillips, who's one of our past Mountain Mike's Mountain Mover Award winners. So Tyler Phillips, the senior, who does a little of everything. He's just a glue guy, a practice guy, a special teams guy, and he gets a touchdown on senior night.
Well, and that makes it special for these guys, the seniors that don't get a lot of playing time, don't get a lot of recognition, to be able to get in, get the ball in their hands, make a play. And again, Devin, it's what I said earlier. These kids are going to remember their senior night, especially the ones that haven't got in a lot to play, that they've done a nice job of giving them an opportunity to touch the ball and doing some fun, special things. And, you look down on the sideline and all his teammates are so happy for him and congratulating him. It's pretty special for him to be able to do that.
By the way, the next mountain mover, and this is kind of an announcement. I have not made this public yet, but the next mountain mover, brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza, is Trayson Graham of Pineview. That's the guy we'll be, spotlighting and giving that award to. We do that kind of weekly. He will be, next week's award winner. I wanted to give him a shout out tonight because he's on the field playing. Had a pick six 2 weeks ago that was an incredible play, helping Pineview get a huge Region 9 win over Desert Hills. So Trayson Graham was a guy that, wasn't even sure his role, wasn't even sure if he was going to, play, and he stuck it out, and he's done some incredible things for Coach Boyer as well. So thank you, Mountain Mike's. This has been a really fun award for me because I've been very involved with coaches and athletic directors and admin on the nomination part. These are all coming from the schools, the coaches, the boosters, the parents. And it's been fun for me to choose. A little pressure to choose them every week.
Yeah, it is. But so many nice things said about these kids, and it just shows not only what great athletes we have in Region 9, but what great kids we have.
Yeah, and these are the kids that are the unsung heroes, the ones that, don't always show up in the stat sheet in the biggest way, but do some nice things. That's going to be an illegal forward pass. They were trying to set up a reverse. He actually shovel passed it forward, so it's going to be an illegal forward pass, and that's going to back the Panthers up.
He got hit before he could hand it off, and luckily it was not a fumble, Devin. If you look at this replay, he's very fortunate that ball didn't hit the ground because let's see if we can see which number it was that came in.
I don't think we got it. Did we get it, Tara?
Yeah. No, we don't.
Didn't capture that last replay. Sorry about that, folks. Now they're talking about it, Coach, but I clearly thought I saw that ball shoveled forward live.
It was shoveled forward. There's no question.
I'm not sure maybe sorting out the spot of the foul or something here. Now the conference seems to be over. Here's Travis Roberts, our referee, longtime great football, basketball, baseball umpire. Does a lot of college baseball. So they didn't call him illegal play. They called holding. Either way, it was coming back.
Either way, it was ugly.
Yeah, the special teams kind of blew up, stayed in their lanes, and trying a little trick play there that did not work out. So they're going to have to start this drive at their own 10-yard line. First and 10, Panthers down 49-7 here early on in the fourth quarter. Continuous clock will be in effect on this first play with the 42-point lead. What's it, over 35 in the second half? They continuous clock.
Yeah, whether it goes out of bounds, incomplete,
Yep.
continuously runs.
So this last 10 minutes should go by a little bit quicker until they get it back under the 35-point threshold, which they could do on this drive. Looking to throw, and they're going to blow this play dead. And we got some movement down in the trenches. Yoakum called for a false start. Now, Richardson is in the game, Coach, so he is back out there. So Williams maybe just spelling him. And
which really surprised me, Devin. He didn't come out into the after the first half into the third quarter. Didn't play at all during the third quarter. Now the game's out of control, out of reach. I wouldn't play him. You know, he's had injuries through the year. There's no reason to play him now in the fourth quarter.
Coy Doman drops back, standing in the end zone, fires it over the middle, dropped by Yoakum. Max Yoakum could not bring it in. Maybe a little behind him, but certainly hit him in the hands. Not much going right for Pineview on offense or defense tonight. Down 49-7. And again, the clock will keep running on that incompletion.
So this has got to be a game, Devin, that KJ after this game gets his group together and said, you know what, this isn't indicative of our team. You know, put this one behind us. You know, it's in the rearview mirror. We got to look forward going into the playoffs. We can't sit back and harbor on this one.
Ooh, big shot and drilled down there. Crimson's just coming. You got some backups in there right now that are hungry.
Yeah, backup player number 44. Looks like
Ezra
Danzy. Great drive on the ball. Like you said, we got a lot of subs in there right now for Crimson's defense.
Desert Hills finally got on the board, but Hurricanes still leading 28-7. Another Region 9 update brought to you by Flynn Companies. Coy Doman looking to throw quick, swings it out of the backfield, and it's incomplete. Incomplete, trying a little swing pass. And, you know, Pineview was up for this game, Coach. Talking with, you know, players and coaches and fans this week. They were really excited about this opportunity, coming over here, playing Crimson's kind of a barometer game, going into the playoffs, the two-time state champs, wrapping up the regular season. And just they've got some soul searching to do. They got to regroup going into the postseason if this score holds up, because this has not been pretty for Pineview tonight.
No, it hasn't. But like I said earlier, you just got to, you know what? You just got to put this one in the rearview mirror.
So you don't even, you burn the tape? You don't even go look?
No, you don't burn the tape. You've got to learn, but I wouldn't harp on it. I mean, tomorrow morning if you're watching film, I'm not going to spend an hour and a half breaking this film down because too many things went wrong. What I am going to talk to our kids about is we didn't execute. We weren't who we normally are. We had turnovers, we had penalties, we let big things happen, you know, offensively. So let's get back to the basics. Let's see who we have. Let's start preparing, and you can't worry about this one now. You got to go forward with whoever you have in the bracket tomorrow.
Yeah, and even with the loss, I don't see any way, shape, or form where Pineview falls any further down than number 7.
Yeah, I kind of think they're going to fall right into that 6 mark.
Yeah. You certainly don't want to fall to 8.
No, you don't want to.
Then you'd have a bye and then a home game, and then you'd have to go up against Ridgeline, the 1 seed. That would be, nobody wants the 8 seed.
Nobody wants Ridgeline. I don't even want to be on that side of the bracket with Ridgeline.
And eventually you're going to have to get them, but you'd love to wait until the semis or the finals.
Yeah.
And Crimson, you know, with just a continuous clock here up 49-7, they weren't going to catch Ridgeline for the 1 seed, but they were going to hold serve at the 2 seed with the win, and that's exactly what they've done.
And that's exactly what they want. They're going to be on opposite sides of the bracket with Ridgeline. So those two have to win out to meet each other. So, and they're very familiar with each other. You know, Jeremy Livingston, the offensive coordinator, Ridgeline, he and Wayne have talked several times at the end of games, and they both have a lot of respect for each other. You know, I've known Jeremy for a long, long time back in my Rick's days. His son Graham is
great receiver.
You know, it's probably one of the top two.
Oh my goodness! How did he not get sacked? The backup quarterback there for Crimson into the game just popped out of that whole mess, and that's Johnstone, Emmett Johnston, number 13, and he found a scramble, and there is a flag down on the play, and it's going to be holding on the Mustangs.
But what I was referring to with Graham, probably one of the top two receivers in the state, you know, where he's rated right now.
And Nate Dolly's a four-year starter, quarterback.
They got a lot of 3 and 4 year starters. So, you know, they've done a nice job. They haven't been tested. And I think that's going to be a downside for Ridgeline, as they really have not been tested. They've blown through their region, and they haven't been in close games.
We think, you know, Snow Canyon and Hurricane both winning right now over, you know, Desert Hills and Dixie. Ryder Wilkinson grabs a little flanker screen and turns it up north and south, right down the hashes, down to the 43-yard line. We think they're both going to slot into that you know, 4-5 range. With the wind tonight, probably means Desert Hills and Dixie will both be on the road. So the top 8 seeds get by. If you're not familiar with the 4A football bracket, 24 teams get in out of the 27 in 4A. So only 3 are left out of the playoffs. 9 through 17 host week 1 next Friday, October 24th. And then obviously 18 through 24 go on the road. And it looks like, you know, Desert Hills was kind of sitting at that 18 spot before they pulled the RPI down. Dixie was 21-20
and it's
range.
Hard,
and they both look like they're going to lose tonight.
Because it's not just your wins and losses, it's your opponent's wins and losses.
Well, I don't know if you noticed.
And your opponent's opponents.
But Snow Canyon and Pineview on the bye week last week flip-flopped in the RPI because of what other teams did that Snow Canyon had played. They won, and that helped them jump back in front of Pineview.
Which makes no sense. Again, you can beat somebody in your region, and they can have a higher seed than you. In fact, I remember a couple years ago, Dixie beat Cedar in region play, but Cedar had a higher seed in the RPI, and Dixie had to go play Cedar in the first round of the playoffs at Cedar.
By the way, Cedar looks like the favorite this year in 3A.
Only 2 teams undefeated. My money's on Morgan.
Morgan and Cedar.
Morgan is so tough, but Cedar
they have
and Ridgeline, only 2 undefeated teams in the state.
Yep, which is phenomenal.
Crazy.
That 3A division kind of beat up on everybody. You know, Sky Ridge, Corner Canyon, Lone Peak, all those teams. Lehigh. And a punt. And it's going to be down to about the 13-yard line. And Pineview will have 4:48, and the offense will trot back out on the field. Trailing Crimson 49-7. By the way, let me get you some current scores from those games. Go ahead.
Interesting point. You and I did, or no, we didn't, but I was there, the Dixie-Cedar game, okay?
Yeah.
Dixie had Cedar beat until the last 30 seconds, okay? This is my point with Dixie, Desert Hills, other teams in our region that are not going to get a first-round bye. They have a great opportunity to get in that first-round win because they play well outside of region play.
Real quickly, the other scores after this play. And catch on the hash. It's going to be a pickup of 5 out to the 20-yard line. Hearing a couple things over there. Hurricane was up 28-0 the 4 starts. Isaac Andresen, who's Tanawai's cousin, had a touchdown, so it was 28-7. And then Brody Jacobs just ran in a touchdown. So Hurricane 34-7, only about 2.5 minutes left in the game last report. And Snow Canyon just added another field goal, so they are now up 34-6. Snow Canyon leading Dixie. Throw over the middle. Brock Harris reels it in and catches it at about the 29, goes down at the 35, and they say fumble. The ball is out, and it looks like Crimson has recovered. Do they say it was down or not? No signal from the official. They're talking about it, and Crimson celebrating like they've recovered this football. And it is Crimson Mustang football. I believe he was about to point Mustangs. Now they go back to a quick conference. But Brock Harris went off the field like he knew that, that it came out.
He did. He put his head down, walked off the field, and that defense came right in. So I don't think there's any question.
So you think you're picking up a first down, you maybe go get another touchdown, try to get the rhythm offensively, and just like that, the 5th turnover of the night for the Pineview Panthers.
Everything's gone wrong tonight for the Panthers. That's why I say I don't think you spent a lot of time on this.
RPO and the keeper and running it off the right side. This is number 17, Mac Hamilton, a sophomore. Hamilton's going to pick up a gain of 15 down to the 20-yard line on an RPO keeper by the quarterback.
Yeah, and he ran over a defender that came up to make a play.
Dealer collision, big hit.
Yeah, I tell you what. And it brought the sideline up. But again, kids who don't get an opportunity to play out there playing, their teammates are supporting them and having fun. Everything's going right for Crimson, and nothing has worked out for a point.
He'll keep it again.
Tonight.
Hamilton down inside the 10-yard line, slung down there. He's got a little burst, a little fresh.
He does have a little bit of burst. He wants to get into that end zone.
The sophomore, again, Mac Hamilton. My first look at him live in the game, and two plays, 2 really productive runs. The first one for 15, and that one goes for 10 plus, about a gain of 13. And it's 1st and goal from the 7. Hamilton, RPO, he'll hand this one off. And running down near the goal line but not getting in was Ryder Tebbs, another sophomore. Crimson just run that clock down here. Got the backups all in. 2nd down and goal from the 3. Hamilton, handoff, and not much there. He'll get down, and the ball did pop out late, but it looks like maybe Crimson got back on top of it.
Yeah, it looked like his knee was down. He's down to the 1-yard line. Be interesting to see what Crimson does here as the clock's running. 3rd down and goal at about the 1.5, 2-yard line. Maybe they go into victory formation here, Devin, and take a knee and let that clock go.
Yep, just waiting for the signal to come in from Coach Stokes. Crimson going to win it. Going to go undefeated 5-0 in Region 9 this year. One team undefeated, one team goes winless. Everybody else kind of some attrition fighting it out. They'll throw it to Ryder Wilkinson. Flag flies in on the play, and it's incomplete. And now it looks like there's going to be pass interference in the end zone. We're going to place the ball half the distance to the goal, so it's going to go all the way down half the distance, which is not going to be much. And it'll be 3rd and goal. The clock did stop on the penalty flag. Now they'll wind it on the referee's signal. Waning moments of the 4th quarter. Crimson's going to hand it off here and into the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs. That's Tebbs, number 20, with the score. And Crimson leads it 55-7 PAT pending here with just 37 seconds left tonight. Mustangs running wild here at home tonight. And the Panthers will have to regroup. And the Panthers still going to have a really good seed going into the postseason. We think they're going to fall no lower than 6 or 7.
They're going to be in that 6 or 7 slot. They're going to have a bye to regroup, get this bad taste out of their mouth, get ready for who they're going to bracket up against. They'll be able to go scout who they're going to play, which is a huge advantage. I mean, they're going to be able to, as a coaching staff, go watch who they're playing, plus get film. They'll be ready to play. They'll regroup from this and say, you know what, we got beat by a good team. You know, Crimson played very well tonight. They had a good game plan. They executed it. We did not. We turned the ball over. We made too many mistakes. So let's get rid of this and let's start planning for the playoffs and see what we can do and make a run.
34-7, Hurricane has beat Desert Hills tonight. That game is now a final. Flynn Companies brings you our Region 9 update. Good regular season. Hurricane got a home playoff game last year. They're going to have a bye and a home playoff game this year. Jerry Cowan, I know they've had some injuries over there. They're going to have to dig deep, but they've gotten in the weight room, and they are a much improved team the last couple of years. It's been fun to see them progress.
What did I say before the season even started?
Oh, you were really high on them.
I was really high on them and said, don't sleep on Hurricane. Hurricane's got speed. They've got some size. I think, they've played better and better and better as the year has gone on. I'm high on Hurricane. I think they have a lot of intangibles that they could make a nice run.
Dixie has scored, but it's still Snow Canyon leading 34-13 in the other game. Probably just about to go final. Looks like all the games going final just about, within about 5 minutes of each other. This game was pacing a little bit behind. We had a little bit of a late start with the senior festivities. But now with the continuous clock, we're going to end this game. Here it is, 9:20 local time. So this game 2 hours and 15 minutes long. Kickoff was just about 7:04. And they'll wind the clock, and I don't even know if Pineview will run a play here. And they won't. That'll do it. It's a final. Crimson undefeated 5-0. They should be the 2 seed. We'll find out for certain what the bracket looks like tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. on KSLSports.com. The Football Reveal Show hosted by DJ, and then it'll be out on Max Preps and UHSAA website at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And, of course, we will be planning on doing a game. It might be a road game next week, but we will at least have one game next week for you here on the Fan Sports Network. Probably going to have, Pineview, Hurricane, Snow Canyon, and Crimson all getting byes and earning top 8 seeds is the way it played out tonight. And it looks like Dixie and Desert Hills will probably have to go on the road because it looks like they're both – Desert Hills has already lost, and I think Dixie's about to lose down 34-13. So probably won't have one of those two teams hosting because they will both be higher than the top 17 seed. But not to say there won't be an entertaining game with Dixie or Desert Hills on the road. I wouldn't be surprised they go on the road and beat somebody.
I really believe that our teams in Region 9, every one of them have an opportunity in that first round to win and to move on. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow, Devin. A lot of people are going to be excited, especially, Crimson knows where they're going to be. Ridgeline knows where they're going to be. From there down, just depends on how those numbers after tonight and everybody settles of who goes where.
We'll come back. We'll clean it all up. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Hand out some awards. Look at the Scooters Coffee statistics. Break it all down for you. Get Coach's thoughts on potentially what the bracket could look like, feel like tomorrow. Crimson on senior night wins it big by a final on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, 56-7 over Pineview. Be right back.
It's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to House of Jump, where gravity meets excitement. Jump, dunk, and dodge your way into a world of laughter and adrenaline. Whether you're a high-flying pro or just looking to defy gravity, House of Jump is where the thrill begins. Elevate your fun, slam dunk like a champion, and dodge obstacles with style. House of Jump is where every moment is a soaring adventure. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to our house, the House of Jump, or purchase Jump Time online at houseofjump.com.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread.
we provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Crimson Cliffs, it is a final 56-7. Mustangs rolling into the postseason. Should be the number 2 seed when the brackets come out tomorrow morning. Bracket reveal again, 10 a.m., KSLSports.com. DJ will be hosting. And then the brackets will be out on UHSAA's website. They'll also be out on Max Preps at 11 o'clock tomorrow. We'll get it out on our socials as soon as we get the news. And, Coach, I don't know what you're doing tomorrow at 10, but I know what I'll be doing tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. I'll be checking out the bracket, seeing where everybody slots in at.
Hey, I'm going to be in the gym working out.
There you go. There you go. I like to hear that. I want to hit that driver about 290 instead of 280,
I gotta get that 280 up to 290.
Appreciate Dr. Cody Johnson, our post-game sponsor. Dr. Cody been with us a long time, bringing you the post-game wrap-up show. Makes your kids feel right at home with all your kids' dental needs. The cleaning, the exam, the x-rays, always one low price for new patients, just $99. And they've got 2 Southern Utah locations and a 3rd location coming soon. So check that out. That'll be out there towards the Desert Canyon area out there. A lot of growth out there towards the airport, obviously.
Oh, my
Coach,
gosh.
Southern Utah is just booming.
If you haven't made that loop recently.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's crazy.
No question about it. You look at some statistics in this game. As we get some Scooter's Coffee stats for you here, we will hand out some awards. 204 rushing for the Mustangs, 225 passing tonight. So 429 yards of total offense. They put up 56 points.
Yeah, everything went right for Crimson tonight, Devin. Like we talked about earlier at halftime, you know, they ran the ball very well. They threw the ball very well. They were very well balanced. It was just a really good offensive showing for Crimson. And, you know, there wasn't any pressure. You know, they were able to play free and loose and kind of do whatever they wanted tonight.
On the flip side, Pineview just 42 yards rushing, 113 passing. So 155 total yards of offense for Pineview tonight and 5 turnovers.
Pre-game, what did we talk about? The team that could not rush the ball, the defense who could stop the run, was going to win.
Yep.
And I was very, you know what, I'm not right very often.
No,
Devin,
you are too. You were spot on our Everbowl keys to the
tonight,
game.
I was on. To me, those are the keys of the game. You needed to stop the run, one team or the other, to stop the offense, and Crimson did it, and Pineview did not.
And you look at the rushing yards, pretty split up. It wasn't just Van Daly. He did have 10 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown, but Andresen had 8 carries for 57 yards. And Hamilton had 2 carries for 28 yards. By the way, I think he's going to be our Jersey Mike sub of the game. My first look at Mac Hamilton, 2 carries, and, man, he showed you a little burst. Young sophomore coming in there and made some good reads and runs on the RPO.
Yeah, it's fun for him, fun for everybody. You know what? When you win, it's always fun.
Cade Shaw, 8 carries, 26 yards, and a touchdown. Tebbs had 4 carries, 6 yards, and a touchdown. And Tyler Phillips had 2 carries and a touchdown. So a lot of guys getting the ball on the ground and pound. But when you look at T. Andresen, 19 of 23, 221 yards, not 1, not 2, but 3 passing touchdowns. You add in the rushing yards, over 300 yards of offense for Andresen tonight, nearly. I think it was like 286, but close to 300. He was everywhere and looked really, really good. And I would bet you're going to go with him as our Findlay Superstar of the game.
That's probably the first bet you've gotten right in a long time, Kevin. But absolutely, T's got to be the player of the game for me. He made really good decisions, not just the numbers, the leadership, the decisions, the quickness that he got rid of the ball, the decisions when he pulled and didn't throw the ball. T had a phenomenal game, probably I think his best game of the year so far that I have seen him do. So 100% for my player of the game has got to go to T.
And T was not out there for the senior walk because he's only a junior, but the seniors for Crimson just made that walk of the field and kind of a tradition here at Crimson. And obviously they'll have another home game here. This will not be it on this field, but they'll have a bye week and then a home playoff game. I would be shocked if they were not the number 2 seed. I think it's pretty much a lock at this point.
They're the number 2 seed. But the nice thing about celebrating senior night, though, Devin, is you got to understand, they're going to have another home game, but some of those seniors won't see the field.
Right.
Where tonight,
they got in on the action.
They got in on the action. I'm sure they played, we didn't count, but I'm sure they played every senior.
Yeah.
They
pretty
probably
much
got
did.
an opportunity to get in and play.
And I talked to Wayne about that, our Coral Canyon coach's comments this morning on the Fan Sports Network. He jumped on the hotline this morning on the show, and I said, hey, are you going to start some seniors? He's like, no, I don't know that we'll change the starters too much, but we're going to get guys, an opportunity to play.
Yeah. Usually when you're subbing, you don't want to do a mass substitution.
Yeah. Basketball's a little easier. You can start those guys, let them go for 2 minutes, sub out.
But football's easy enough where you can say, okay, let's put 1 or 2 in. We still have, the core defense in or the core offense in, but we can get them in on special teams. We can get them here 2, 3 here at a time and get all those seniors in.
Talking about our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game, Coach. You kind of did, but it's a no-brainer tonight, really.
It is a no-brainer. And not only is it fun, but when an offensive lineman gets to score a touchdown on a pass, I mean, come on, you got to give it to him.
Madden Smith, Dougie. They must call that the trickeration Dougie. The Dougie. He did the Dougie.
The Dougie play.
A little shovel pass. He came in from that tight end position as eligible receiver, almost like an Andy Reid, Travis Kelce type play. T. Andresen flipped it to him. He went right up the middle. What was it? A 4-yard, 5-yard touchdown run. They weren't right on the goal line. I think it was a 4-yard touchdown run. Or reception.
It goes to reception.
Reception.
Yeah, it's a pass.
Yeah. So, Dougie Smith, you are our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game award recipient tonight. A little trickeration, getting the offensive lineman the score on senior night. And talk about a guy that's got plenty of rings. He's looking for his 5th state championship ring here at Crimson Cliffs. He's won 2 with baseball and 2
have one for the whole hand.
with football. How about that? So
can't get enough.
And man, they'll be trying to three-peat in baseball again this spring. So he's got a chance for a 5th if things go Crimson's way in the postseason, and maybe a 6th in the spring. Wouldn't that be something? I don't know anybody, Coach, that's got 6 state championship rings. Do you? I can't. I mean, I know McKay Wright had a bunch too from baseball. But he was already graduated, so crazy.
It's hard.
I think he had 5. But Madden's got a chance to get more than McKay had, which is incredible to me. It's a high number of state champions. Some people never get 1 or even a chance to play for 1, let alone get that many. So pretty cool.
I did an interview with you, and you don't remember this, years ago. You asked me, as a player, did it mean more to win a state championship as a player? Because we won 2 out of 3 years when I was at Skyline in football and in track, or as a coach. Do you remember what I told you?
I would guess as a coach.
As a coach.
Because I know you coached your son that year. You won one at Dixie High School.
Won at Dixie. We won, at Desert Hills as well. But the reason is you understand as you get older how hard it is to get there. Sometimes when you're in the moment, you kind of take it for granted. But as a coach, you look at it and say, you know what? It is so hard and so few people get to that. And on top of that, I just help young men build memories for a lifetime. So you really appreciate it and cherish it much more as a young 16 and 17-year-old. And sometimes, especially when you come with a program like I did at Skyline and you do here at Crimson, you expect that.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying it's not special, but you kind of expect, hey, if we don't win a state championship, it wasn't a great year. And so you kind of take that a little bit for granted. But as a coach, you realize, you know what, it is so hard. And so many people have played, coached, and done done that and never even sniffed to get to that level.
Yeah, it's great. I do remember that. Maybe not as vividly as you, but I do remember that conversation. You had a good memory, Coach.
Hey, I'm not as old as I look.
Coach Rick Barry, everybody, here inside our Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth and our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. It's again a final, 56-7. Crimson beats Pineview to wrap up the regular season. All right, let's just take a quick break. Folks, don't go away if you're on the live stream. Stick around if you're just jumping in your car heading home from a game on a Friday night. We'll run through all the final scores. We'll get Coach's thoughts on the bracket, what it could look like tomorrow, and put a bow on the regular season. Again, a final 56-7. Crimson wins it. And don't forget, fans go hang out at Yogurtland. You get the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert by one. Holbrook will pay for the second one. Just mention it at checkout. Also, appreciate Handel's homemade ice cream. Maybe you want ice cream tonight. Go see our friends at Handel's. Great spot after a game on a Friday night to go hang out as well. We'll take the break. We'll come back, put a bow on the night and the regular season. Off to the playoffs we go on the Fan Sports Network.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app. Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Did you miss us? Devin Dixon, Rick Barry, Johnson Pediatric Post Game. Kind of going to give you a quick Region 9 recap brought to you by Bucks Ace Hardware as well here. Again, go through all of the final scores for you tonight on a Football Friday where we wrap up the regular season. Hurricane beat Desert Hills 34-7. Coach, what a run this year it's been for the Hurricane Tigers.
You know, they've done a nice job the last couple of years. They've got everybody excited about football again over there. This is a classification that, you know, these kids that have been together a long time, and everybody said, hey, wait till we get these kids into their junior and senior year. You're going to see a big difference with Hurricane, and we are. And, you know, we talked about it before the season even started. They've got what it takes to make a deep run into the playoffs with speed, size, multiple playmakers. So it's going to be interesting. You know, some of it, Devin, comes down to when the RPI gets released tomorrow, how's the matchups? You know, you never know, but you hope that you have a favorable matchup, a team that you match up well against.
And this is the interesting note on Desert Hills Hurricane. Hurricane's first win over Desert Hills since 2013.
That's huge.
Tigers just went on senior night over to Desert Hills and won by a final score of 34-7.
Yeah, and that shows you the difference, you know, what 1 and 2 years can make. I mean, they've made huge strides. And like I said, you know, it's going to come down to matchups. I think Region 9 is going to be one of the toughest regions of all the regions for people to be able to play against. You know, even though some of the, like I said, some of the teams have had down years, I still look for them to have some upsets in the first round.
Dixie, shifting over to the other game tonight, Dixie scored late in garbage time there, but Snow Canyon wins 34-14. And then the victory formation. So a road win for Snow Canyon over Dixie, spoiling the Flyers senior night and keeping Dixie winless in region play this year.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier, too, with Dixie concerning, the, you know, they played really well. You look at Leighton Christensen and Richfield and some of the teams that they played. Cedar. I mean, they had Cedar beat until the last 30 seconds. So you take those three teams, well, all three of those teams have played extremely well and had big wins and have really good records. And some people have said, well, God, how does Dixie have as many RPI points as they do? Well, it's their opponent wins.
Yeah.
So they played a really good bunch of teams early, and they played them well. So cross your fingers for Desert Hills and Dixie that, once they get out of region now, that they're going to have good first-round matchups. And I look for at least one of those two teams to have an upset.
Yeah, and if you can have an upset and you can win and get a couple playoff games, you can take a little momentum in the offseason and then try to, rebuild from there. It's been a little bit of a disappointing year for those teams, but you can end on a high note if you can at least make a run.
Plus, your younger kids get another week or two of practice and developing and different things. So it's great for the program. It's also great, like if you can go get that first-round win, that's great for the excitement, enthusiasm of the younger classes saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, we maybe didn't do really well in region play, but once we got to the playoffs,
we were there. A notch. Yeah. So, again, 56-7, Crimson over Pineview. Crimson undefeated. They are your region champs. And then, of course, we just recapped the other two games. Hurricane over Desert Hills and Snow Canyon over Dixie. And we go to the bracket reveal show 10 a.m. And I don't know that there's a ton of excitement for Region 9 football because I'm pretty confident. Now, I expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
With you, sometimes, I haven't seen all the other scores and calculated what could happen if this wins or this wins tonight. A lot of teams already played like a Wednesday or a Thursday, so a lot of games are already done, but the RPA is obviously pulled down.
There shouldn't be any surprises for us with.
Not 4A, I don't think so.
Crimson's going to have a bye.
Yep.
Snow Canyon's going to have a bye.
Yep. Hurricane's going to have a bye.
Hurricane's going to have a bye. Pineview's going to have a bye.
Yep.
So we got 4 teams that are going to have bye. We're going to have 2 teams that are going to be on the road.
Yep. And I think Crimson should be 2. Snow Canyon should be probably 3 or 4. Hurricanes be 4 or 5. And Pineview's going to be 6, maybe 7. No lower than 7.
Yeah, I think they'll be 6, depending on, how the results of some of the other games came out, but I don't think they're going to fall very much.
Doesn't take into consideration that you lost 56-7 tonight.
It doesn't count
points.
Matter.
Doesn't matter. So that doesn't matter at all. It's just your win percentage, your opponent's win percentage, and your opponent's win percentage is all that. And I would love for them to take that next step and add another calculation or two.
I would love to see the region
points be doubled or something.
Well, come right after the wins and losses. Wins and losses, region play, opponents, and then opponents.
Everybody in Region 9 should go. Dixie's not going to fall out of the top 24. No. They were kind of sitting there 20-21 before they pulled the bracket down. Desert Hills was sitting there 18. I thought maybe if Desert Hills beat Hurricane tonight, they would get a home game next week. I wasn't sure if Dixie beat Snow Canyon, if they would jump up to the 17 or higher. It would have been really close, though. But with those two teams losing pretty much no games in Washington County next Friday night, I'm guessing Desert Hills and Dixie will play, but they'll both be playing on the road.
Yeah, they should be.
And we'll have at least one of those games for you here on the Fan Sports Network. We'll travel. We'll get you the coverage. Don't know. We'll wait till tomorrow to see the brackets. We'll get together as a team, and we'll figure it out and try to pick the best matchup for you. It's tough when you got 2 teams traveling on the road, and you can only probably do one of those games. And then we're going to have a problem the next week because we're going to have 4 home games, and we'll be able to at least bring you 2 of those 4 games.
And there should be some really good matchups in that second round.
Yeah. I would agree. So going to be fun to see the bracket reveal show tomorrow. What else do you expect with the bracket tomorrow? Ridgeline's clearly number 1.
Yeah, Ridgeline 1, Crimson 2. I don't think there's going to be any surprises, and we're going to see 4 of our teams from Region 9 ranked high. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of surprises, tomorrow.
Okay.
I just don't think after this week you're going to see many teams move.
I just don't want any Region 9 reruns in the second week of the playoffs.
You're going to see something that's going to happen.
But I don't want to see it till the second or third week. I'm fine with it in the quarters or the semis, but I don't want to see
it. Could happen in the second round. You're not going to see it in the first round, obviously, but you probably have a 50-50 shot of seeing that in the second round. At least one.
Yeah.
Let's hope there's not more.
Could happen. Again, thanks to all our great sponsors who have been with us all season long. Appreciate Johnson Pediatric Dentistry bringing you the post-game show. Our Findlay Subaru star of the game tonight was Tanawai Andresen, 3 touchdowns, almost 300 total yards of offense, rushing and passing. Nearly had another rushing touchdown that was marked down at the 1-yard line. Our Jersey Mike sub of the game, Mac Hamilton, came in, did some nice things there. The third-string quarterback, running some RPO, had a couple carries for 20-some yards there. He's your Jersey Mike sub of the game. Get it Mike's way at a Jersey Mike's here in Southern Utah. And our AWP playmaker of the game, brought to you by our friends at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. How about Dougie Madden Smith with the the Dougie trickeration.
Big Dougie.
They got an offensive lineman a touchdown on a shovel pass, and that is your playmaker play of the game from our game tonight. Again, thanks to all of our great supplemental sponsors that bring us the wrap-up show, Honolulu Grill, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Bucks Ace Hardware, the Stretch Lab. Don't forget you can get an introductory 50-minute stretch for just $39 if you mention code word radio. I'm telling you, folks, that's a big savings. Go check it out at the Stretch Lab. Mention radio, and you'll get that 50-minute stretch for just $39, especially if you're doing the Huntsman Senior Games this week and you're 65, right, Coach? How'd you do in the senior games? Did you do the power walking last
you
week?
know what? That 100-meter, I was standing up at the finish line. And, yeah, right. 2 pulled hammies. And yeah.
Do want to thank Roni's Mac Bar, too, now open in the Red Cliff Mall. Build your Mac your way. It's absolutely delicious. Get over there and check that out if you've never been to Roni's Mac Bar. I got to get you over there, Coach. You haven't been there yet, have you?
You haven't taken me anywhere. We keep talking about sponsors, and you keep saying,
at least we did play golf. We did play golf this week, though.
We played twice this week.
Yeah, so at least we did do that. Appreciate House of Jump and the Back Nine Golf. Mark your calendar for their grand opening, which will be October 30th at that brand new location on George Washington Boulevard, right across from the River Road Summit Athletic Club. That's going to be awesome. We're giving away Ghost Bag, Callaway or TaylorMade driver, closest to the pin, long drive. We got the putting green will be open. We're going to have, a bunch of stuff with, the 30th. So we're going to have a bunch of stuff for the kids. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to have Fan Sports Network, a couple of our other radio stations are going to be out there broadcasting live. So make plans on October 30th to join us for that. Also, Kabuto Sushi is doing a costume party on the 30th. So if you want to get dressed up, go out for date night and have some sushi. They're going to have karaoke, and they've got prizes for the best dressed costumes, first, second, third at Kabuto Sushi on October 30th as well. Thank you, Kabuto, one of our other great sponsors, bringing you coverage of Region 9 football. We got some great sponsors bringing you the action. That's going to do it. Coach, final thoughts on the regular season. We put a bow on it tonight.
Well, it comes and goes so fast. It's crazy what we said earlier. It's just amazing that we're already at that point. I don't think there's any surprises. I think the coaches got together preseason and said, okay, who are the teams to beat? Everybody pretty much said, you know what, you got to go through Crimson again. And Crimson showed that, they've got, you look at how many seniors they were. Even so they kept talking about how young they were. Well, they were young and experienced, but not in classification. And they continue to reload and reload and reload. So not a surprise there. I think after that, it was very competitive. A lot of good games, when you throw in Snow Canyon and Hurricane and Pineview, especially that group, very competitive games, fun games to watch, fun games for us to call. So we'll see how Region 9, my opinion is Region 9 still probably top to bottom is the best region out there when you look at, all the other teams. So we'll see how we fare in the, after the RPI is released and how the postseason goes. But I expect Region 9 teams to do very well going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and of course, looking for another state championship. Crimson with the 56-7 win tonight. They're going for the three-peat. Looks like they're going to be the 2 seed. A lot of people think that collision course could happen with Ridgeline. And I got to remember, Ridgeline pretty hungry. They got knocked out in the quarters last year.
Yeah, Ridgeline, if you talk to Ridgeline coaches,
they're
players,
hungry.
Everybody, they said they were playing with a chip on their shoulder, that they really felt that when they played against Spanish Fork that they didn't play their best game and kind of went through the motions, and they really thought they would be playing against Crimson in the finals there. So they're very hungry. A lot of 4-year and 3-year starters up there. They've played a great year. Like I said, Ridgeline and Cedar, the only 2 undefeated teams in the state.
Yeah, which is something. How about Cedar? They had some early games against Region 9. They won both of them, beat Pineview, beat Dixie, and haven't lost a game all year. Them and Morgan look like they're headed for a collision course for a state title.
That should be a great game.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and all those bracket reveals, I know we talk a lot about the 4A, but you're going to get the 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, all the brackets will come out tomorrow. Bracket reveal show at 10 o'clock, KSLSports.com. Reminder, we'll be calling that Desert Hills Snow Canyon soccer game Monday night, 7:30 from Utah Tech's Greater Zion Stadium. on KSLSports.com. So that'll be a lot of fun. I've done a lot of play-by-play. I've even done a wrestling match. I've done a lot of different sports, softball, baseball, basketball, football, the major ones, but I've never actually called a soccer game, so I'm really excited about Monday night.
There's a first.
Hope I see a hat trick or a brace or a haul or something cool.
But you've watched enough soccer with all your kids and different things. It's not a surprise.
Yeah. No, I understand. And I played a lot soccer till I was, in high school. I played youth soccer, but I never went beyond that. So, you play soccer growing up?
No, you know what? I'm dating myself again. Soccer was not a sanctioned sport in high school when I was in high school. We had clubs, but I went to Skyline High School up in Salt Lake, and you'd think, oh, we got a lot of opportunities. We really didn't. If you wanted to play in a club sport, you had to go out west and play out there. So there's very few people that I even knew that played club soccer.
When did the three-point line come in? Was that before you were out of high school?
No, that was after.
It was after you were out of high school. You would have scored way more points in high school.
Oh, my gosh. I'd be in the Hall of Fame, dude.
The other Rick Barry.
Great
job tonight, Coach. Always a blast to do the game with you. Don't forget, everybody, the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is in effect. Head over there. Holbrook's paying for it. The leaders in HA5. Buy one. Load it up. Get 7-8 ounces. I like the plain tart. I get some cheesecake cubes, a few fresh strawberries there.
I'm still waiting for that plain tart delivery at my place.
I know.
Come on.
I know. We need to work on that. I'm going to dive into I forgot to eat one of these at halftime. Coach brought the whole crew cookies tonight. So I'm going to enjoy this, and then we're going to get off into our Friday night. Again, no Utah Tech game. They're on a bye week this week, so just normal Fan Sports Network programming all weekend long. And we'll get all the stuff out on our socials, all the brackets, all the matchups in the playoffs. And we'll have a soccer game for you next Monday night. And then we'll be talking about rivalry week. We'll be recapping BYU-Utah. Coach, I want to get your prediction before we leave the airwaves tonight on the Holy War tomorrow night. And then we'll be talking about SUU-Utah Tech all next week as well, because they'll play a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, there's so many headlines with that game tomorrow. And you know what? When there's a rivalry game like that, you just throw everything out the window. You just never know. I think being at home, BYU's obviously going to have a little bit of an edge there. That the odds makers say Utah by 3. I think if BYU can run the ball, if
a beast.
If Martin can have a 100-yard game, BYU wins.
But that defensive line, that's not going to be easy,
It's not going to be easy. And if Martin can't run the ball, if they can't open those holes, Bear is going to have a miserable night, because that D-line is really good and they can pin their ears back and get after him. But I think if BYU can run the ball, I think they'll be okay. I think they'll come out and it's going to be close. I think I'm going to say BYU by 3.
That's exactly what my prediction was this morning on the show. When we had Spencer Linton from BYU TV on the show, we had Bill Riley, voice of the Utes, on the show. And after everybody, I said 2017 Cougars. But Tara and Paul, my other hosts this morning, they both took Utah. So we were a little bit divided. So you like BYU by 3.
I'm going to take BYU in the points.
And it would be the third consecutive win for BYU if that score holds up. They won last year 22-21. So, all right, that's going to wrap things up for Tara Atkin, for Nathan Nelson back in the studio, for Andy, our camera operator, for Coach Rick Barry. I'm Devin Dixon. This has been the Boulevard Home Game of the Week and the wrap-up show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Have a great night. It's Crimson, your region champs, 5-0, heading into the playoffs. Make sure and tune in to the Reveal Show tomorrow at 10 a.m. Shout out to Snow Canyon for their win tonight, and Hurricane as well for beating Desert Hills. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you in the postseason.